I mean, on the other hand, I had to, I did an update, so whenever Windows does an update, it breaks certain things, which is really fucking weird. Windows basically acted like, I mean, not Windows, but like OBS will forget what your default or what your intended, what's the word I'm looking for, like audio devices are. So I have to reset that. You know, I'm getting better at it. Some days you just forget. You know, some days you're just tired, you just fucking forget. But I am getting better at it, but it likes to pretend, and it doesn't pretend, it just resets it. It's like, oh, default. Well, I don't know what my default device is, but whatever it is, it's certainly not the device I plan to use to broadcast audio. So like my mic, it'll pick up, but it won't remember, hey, what's the Discord chat? It doesn't even like default to the same thing, right? So it'll play through two different things at once. It just simply says default and no sound comes out. So sometimes I have to remember about that. Okay. Again, we could just delay the story because once we start the story, I don't remember the story. The story of this game, like a lot of Bethesda games, isn't actually that long, I don't think. So if we were to start the story, we probably would finish it relatively quickly. So that's why, like, I'm just kind of messing around, like, looking for all kinds of locations I've never been to in this game. Because I just think that's kind of cool, you know? Like, I played this game a fair amount, and still there's stuff I've never found in it, you know? I'm not like Vault Dweller or any of my other friends who are like super Fallout heads. Like I'm like a moderate Fallout head, you know? So there's obviously things I don't know and haven't done in, like, you know, the last 20 years. You know you own a belt-fed gun in the US. Ever heard of the force reset trigger? Losses and MGs, whatever, that can fire more than one shot per trigger pull. And a force reset trigger makes you pull very fast. No, I'm despite playing a lot of shooters, I'm not particularly hyper knowledgeable about guns. I should hang out on /K. But I don't. You're definitely probably not gonna have a great fucking gun Reddit. That's for sure. Throw a grenade with that? What? Montgomery County Reservoir. Now I guess what we will have to do is I'll probably look up where all the bobbleheads are. I think only one of them is locked by story still, if I'm not mistaken, because it's in Raven Rock. I think it's energy weapons or some shit. Force reset trigger lets you pull 500 to 600 RPM. Okay, like I said, I'm not a fucking expert on guns. Is it even possible to output 600 rounds per minute? That's 10 rounds a second. What gun could you even possibly hold that would do that? Like, wouldn't the friction start to, like, fuck it up horrifically? I really have to specify I'm no expert. I'm going off very limited knowledge of physics. Who the fuck is this? Where the hell you come from? Like, now we're getting into, like, Mass Effect territory, aren't we? Which is exactly, presumably, you know, the pseudoscience behind Mass Effect is that you would, you know, when you have frictionless materials, it probably loads the next particle into the... Well, I talk about Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2 is stupid. But, you know, it probably loads the next particle into the pistol faster. So I'm probably using EZO. It just ignores basic shit. I don't know. Again, a lot of Mass Effect is super science. They find an element that when you run electric currents through it, it makes things lighter or it makes things heavier. I mean, needless to say, that's fantastical. It probably violates several known laws of physics. But that's the whole premise behind Mass Effect. They don't really talk about it. I mean, they do talk about it, but it's not like a key point, typically. That's just how the mass relays work. They just apply EZO. I think either the ships have EZO in them, or they apply and create an EZO field around the ship. I think that's more or less the same thing. And that's how they're able to basically fling them across space. So all the vast, like... Who? The fuck? Who? The huge distances in space just become non-existent because you're able to travel so fucking fast, so far, so fast. And that's why originally some of the endings of Mass Effect 3 were brutally depressing, because without FTL travel, effectively every single system just becomes an isolated system. The world of Mass Effect simply cannot exist without the world of Mass Effect simply cannot exist without the mass relays. Any ending where they get destroyed is just effectively a loss. Almost every galaxy has to individually go, or not even every galaxy, every star cluster almost individually has to go back to the way they were before, which is just, you know, everyone's localized in their own local cluster. It's an incredibly depressing ending that the writers somehow completely missed out on, you know, the fact that it is incredibly depressing. Oh, firing smaller intermediate cartridges? Okay, well that makes sense. You're not firing something as big, it's probably faster to load it. That's interesting. Were you going down the gun rabbit hole? You know, Viv, have we ever... I mean, you play War Thunder. I'm assuming War Thunder has some infantry mode, because I think you've mentioned it a couple of times. You know, you ever play, like, Call of Duty? You ever play, like, Battlefield? Like, back in the classic days, I mean. Not like, you know, today's. I mean, like, the OG defining a generation in an era, 360 Battlefields and CODs. Hey, Aruna. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe this fall, or like more closer to this winter, I might start to play all those Call of Duty games. So maybe I'll do that. Because I you know, like I said, I want to replay the whole Black Ops story. I don't know if I want to do it as playthroughs and have Max join. Oh, fucking hell. Here we go. Or if I want to do it as a stream and just play it like on a stream. Good, they got stuck on each other. Fuck you. They don't handle terrain particularly well. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Someone was evil when they made scorpions a primary enemy in this game and made them big. I don't even know where we found this plasma rifle, but what's funny is that we can't even find any other ones. Oh, Paradise Falls! It's the slaver place! The fuck was that? Can we get it on the map? No. You have to put like slave collars on people. Okay, very nice. All right. Show up, pop in, bug out. Trying to look for anything else we haven't gone to yet, but it seems like a lot of the outskirts map is full. I mean, we were hyper efficient last stream. We went to tons of places. Hold on. AK Guy did a video on it that's like $5,000 for the Civ market. And that shit sounds state of the art, man. I mean, like, needless to say, that's like peak. If you ever wanted to have something like that, I mean, you probably are gonna, you know, it's an enthusiast market. You're gonna have to pay a pretty penny. Unfortunately, the more niche your hobby, the more you're gonna have to pay like a shit ton for it. That's just typically how it goes. What are we doing? What the fuck are these guys? Slavers?
That takes care of that.
Whatever. The more niche your hobbies, the more you're gonna have to shell out for them. I mean, I would even argue that even when your hobbies get popular, it could also have the same effect, right? Like, look at Pokemon cards. You know, who would have thought years ago that Pokemon cards would have been worth anything? Imagine how many, like, rare items were just thrown out haphazardly one day by, you know... Fuck. What the hell did I do? I don't even think it was you. You don't have a rocket launcher. Because I could tell you tons of my stuff got thrown out randomly one day, and a lot of it today would be worth something. Imagine how many, like, classic games, game systems, magazines, movies, cards, collectibles, physical items were all tossed out just one day, just gone, thrown into a landfill somewhere. And, like, not in the Atari ET, you know, like, we're just trying to lower the value through bullshit. Like, actually just thrown out just because. Like, some dude goes to college and just, oh yeah, I threw out your shit. I just didn't want it around anymore for whatever reason. It's just value lost. Pokemon cards today sell for, like, multiple digits worth of money. No one could have seen that coming. Imagine, like, the year's 2005. And you're just in, like, I don't know, like a fucking Blockbuster, and you see a copy of, like, Piglet's Big Game or some shit, you know, like some random throwaway game. Did you have the foresight to wait 20 years for it to get big on some completely unrelated bullshit? Of course not. Or you don't even have to do Piglet's Big Game. You could do Haunting Ground. You could do almost any game on the GameCube fits this to a T. Like, GameCube games are incredibly expensive today. You know? Even just having a working PS2 at this point that has a non-fucked up disk drive is, like, incredibly rare. I don't know why I turned this into a collectible rant, but it's kind of like one of my favorite topics, because it's like, you never really know tomorrow what will be something that's, like, incredibly worthwhile. You know, like, who knows? It could be anything. Maybe tomorrow, you know, in 20 years, maybe just anything with a disc will just sell because it's like owning an old book, even if the game isn't fully on disc. But games fully on disc absolutely will, which is why, you know, like, that's kind of the talking point of today. Yeah, people will sell, like, Mausers or something, like, you know, World War II classics. Like, if Narg was here, he could probably tell you, you know, and tell us all about it. Like, imagine selling that shit, you know, instead of just tossing it out or destroying it. Like, not only in some cases would it be a piece of history. Hello, Devin. Not only in some cases would it be a piece of history, but you could make a pretty penny off it if you sell it to a collector who will pay money for it. I mean, like, I don't want to do the whole, let's take a look at how expensive my game collection is, but, like, that would be an example of it. Alright, we're going to teleport because I am completely full and my inventory is stocked. I can tell you right now, some of the GameCube games I have with the manual and everything would be worth a pretty good amount of money. In good condition, which is why I'm mad that I sold a lot of my games way back when. That was an incredibly stupid decision I regret every time I think about it. And that's why I say never sell your shit. You can thank me later. You're gonna sell something you'll regret. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. I need to repair this gun. Fuck me. Whatever, we'll do it. Yeah, I have a lot of collectibles and a lot of old things and just, you know, like trinkets and shit. I'm not, you know, again, I'm not here to sell them, right? Yeah, PS3 games. See, but that's the thing. In the moment, you exist in a time period where PS3 games are ubiquitous. They're fucking everywhere. Who would have thought that now some of those PS3 games, you know, the minute they went out of fucking, you know... Hold on, let me make sure she has stuff in it, in her inventory. She does not. What the fuck did it say? Oh, those are my caps. I thought I had more. Maybe I had more in Fallout 4. I have no idea. You had to have the, you know, the presence of mind to know that. You know, imagine buying World of Warcraft boxes, you know, back in the day. They used to be on every shelf in everything that was even remotely computer related. Today, you could sell them for probably more than what they would be worth otherwise. You know, especially if it's unopened. Imagine having an unopened, like, original World of Warcraft box. Could you imagine that? Think about that. That's one example. Haruna, if he's still here, knows this. WoW boxes are like some of the best artwork out there. And it is a tragedy that they still do not make them. They're fucking cardboard, bro. They're indented cardboard. I love Warcraft's box arts. Don't get me wrong, I love Final Fantasies, I love a lot of games box arts, but there's something about Warcraft just probably being the first really big MMO of its kind, and, you know, let's be fair, to this day, still present and around. That's just different, man. Yeah, I had Wrath of the Lich King. I remember going straight over to my local Best Buy. What are you doing? What is she doing? You okay?
Hey, don't mind the smoke.
I went right over to my local Best Buy, and when I think it was like $50 or something. Man, you should have seen how happy I was that day. That was the second happiest day I ever had going into that Best Buy. The first happiest day was when I bought my first capture card. You say, yeah, the leaker for GTA is still around, by the way. It's awesome. I love it. It's gonna be the first playthrough. If that game leaks and like it'll be the first playthrough I can't even upload anywhere. And I have to distribute it on fucking LimeWire.
Hey, don't mind the smoke.
Anyway. It's been 3 days. Okay, perfect. No, not that. Go back. Okay. It looks good, but still feels sus. What do you mean by sus? If anything, my takeaway from it is that I just think it looks generic. I'm not wowed by it at all. But maybe that's just because it's just tiring. Maybe I've just seen too many Rockstar games and played too many Rockstar games, you know? Like, maybe it's just not impressive to me because I'm just beyond it a little bit. Does that kind of make sense? Like, I've just played so many Rockstar games, it's like, I didn't even really like Red Dead 2. I thought the way Red Dead 2 approached the whole, like, you have to brush the horse and the guns, it just wasn't as fun as Red Dead 1. And I didn't really like the story as much. I thought the story, like, I think the story is fine, but it's one of those, like, kind of unnecessary prequels. I don't know. Rockstar games just get a lot of hype. And I think that's why they kind of just can coast along with whatever they're doing typically. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, it's very apparent, like I showed last stream, that guy definitely deleted his Twitter. He scrubbed it. So unless this is like some weird ARG that they're running, in which case, kudos. Like, I'm gonna err on the side of it's legitimate. It doesn't matter to me if it is or isn't legitimate, though, to be fair. Like, I think it would be stupidly hilarious if it was. I think 100% they should absolutely just do it. Fuck it. Because if Rockstar is going to do their crazy shit, you have to sub to Netflix to see the fucking trailer. Which is ironically now, if this is legitimate, a noose. Because they can't actually, like, drop a trailer in response to, like, mitigate it. Because they have to abide by their Netflix agreement. So ironically, Rockstar's greed has probably been their undoing. You know? Like I said, they could have just had a bunch of dudes from America do it. Instead, they got a bunch of dudes in India. I don't think they're going to extradite him. You know? Like, I just think the dude will be fired. So who knows? Again, I kind of wrote GTA 6 off a long time ago.
Don't mind me.
I'm fine.
If you want any,
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So... that is A-okay with me, friends. It is far from the worst thing that could ever happen. And like, I just think part of it, for me at least, is that we had to wait so fucking long to even get GTA 6. It's kind of like, it's like a chilled effect a little bit, you know? It's like, okay, well, if we have to wait, like, 13 years to get a sequel, like, it's like Skyrim, I guess, on another level. It's like, well, if you have to wait, like, almost a quarter of your life, potentially, like a fifth of your life, maybe, then is it worth it? You know, like, you could have played Skyrim when you're 8, and today you'd be 23, you know? Like, some of my favorite game series, again, this is why I missed the GameCube era, you could have one game, and then they would have another game, like, a year or 2 years later. So you didn't have to wait that long, you know? Like, every year they had some kind of Pokemon game. Every year there was, like, some kind of Mario game. Pikmin was, like, a twice thing on the GameCube. And, you know, like, it was just different. And that's why a lot of the series I kind of just fell out of because they stopped making them. I mean, like, let's just be honest here. Like, they stopped making them. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, I'll do other things. And unfortunately, that's kind of what happened to me when I was playing, you know, on the Wii. I was like, well, why am I going to buy and play Wii games? I was just kind of disappointed the whole time. I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. I'm not going to waggle stupid shit around, and I didn't like what they did to Mario Galaxy after Mario Sunshine, and I really didn't particularly like Metroid Prime 3. I thought it was average. And, you know, like, I just moved on. I went to play Xbox. Ironically, speaking of collectibles, that was a huge mistake because some of those games are worth a fuck ton now, and I made a stupid decision not buying them when they were $40 and totally obtainable. It's really funny, actually. Yeah, it just feels like it takes too long to accomplish anything in Red Dead. Like, you have to polish the gun, polish the horse. Like, if it was less and it was like, you know, every other mission, maybe I would feel a little bit better about it, and I would say, okay, that's kind of reasonable. But because it's every mission you have to do it, I feel like there's like a crazy amount of prep work involved in almost every single mission. In a way that I'm just not particularly enthusiastic about. And remember, I wasn't even like a super fan of GTA 5 either. I just thought it was okay. Like, it was a good game. Oh, we got the railway rifle, finally. Crutch, steam pressure gauge assembly, fission battery, and a pressure cooker. That. Well, we've walked past all of those. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, did they fix the glitch on this? No, the sky's not supposed to be that orange. That's the same orange it was when we had that wildfire like a couple years ago. Oh my god. I got it. Oh. Woo! And now, for something completely unrelated. Thank you. I was going to click that. I love it. I love my life. My life is great. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's why I just ended up just playing Red Dead 2. I was like, whatever, fuck it. You know, like I'm not gonna do 500 extra things to hunt. Like if I want to hunt, I could play another game that's more about hunting and not even necessarily Cabela. Like I do think there's a certain limit to how many systems you could put in to add friction. I think that some systems make sense. You know, like it could be like a cool little side thing. When they become tedious, if you have to do them too often or if there's too much effort involved in it, I think that's where it kind of jumps the shark a little bit. What the fuck? What? There's one directly above me, I guess. I don't know. Oops. Yeah, I just started ignoring that shit after a point. And honestly, I think my enjoyment of the game was better after I started doing that, to be completely frank. It's also almost kind of the same reason why I didn't like Dead Rising initially, because I feel like a lot of Dead Rising is just busy work, because the game just has like a bunch of obscure and annoying, like, mechanics you have to play by. Like, I even told you guys, my first playthrough of Dead Rising, I fucking hated it, man. I thought Dead Rising sucked. Uh-oh. This one's smart. Why is the glowing one kind of stupid? Are you in a power plant? Yes. What? Kind of looks like Jason in Friday 8. Wonder if that was like an intentional thing. Boom. Wait, we can't use this? You can't get the one that encloses both of them? Oh, I think you have to start with the outer one first. Well, now there's only 2 words. You could almost... It's a 50-50 and I have 4 attempts. Can't fail it. Leveled up. Alright, energy weapons to max. I mean, at this point, what do we even do? Small guns? Or barter? Let me just do barter. There might be a unique weapon. Okay, I'll grab it. Ugh. What did I say last time? Life Giver gives us more health, which isn't terrible. Robotics Expert, at least we get the damage bonus. I'm not sneaking up on anything. I don't really like this. A night person gains +2 to both intelligence and perception. This perk directly affects your internal clock and remains active both inside and outside. Size Matters, which is a Ratchet and Clank game if I'm not mistaken. Radiation resistance. Toughness. Lead belly, don't care. I don't really use one-handed weapons. With the Bloody Mess perk, no. Scoundrel. Lady Killer. Little League. I mean... like, it would be nice to get this. I guess you could argue that we're just going to use the fucking exploit anyway. More damage to robots probably is worth it. And then next time we get Life Giver, if nothing else opens up. Because I think new perks only open up on the odd number, or on the even number levels, not the odd ones. You know, I would say, like, how do you guys remember all this? But then I just think about it. This is just like me with Mass Effect 1. Like, I'll play Mass Effect 1, and I'll remember... I mean, there's not as much stuff in Mass Effect 1, obviously. But yeah. I don't know that there's more robots, so I just picked it. I was like, you know what? More damage means less ammo spent, which means we could probably kill someone a lot easier. But hey, even better. Force it. It's used in speech? Damn, okay. I have sense memory. I see certain things. You know, I have, like, smell-based memory. I'll remember something, like, and I'll smell something, and then I'll be like, damn, I remember when I was, like, 8, and I'll remember the exact position and everything when I first smelled it. It's really weird. It's very hard to describe that. Have legitimate flashbacks to when I was like 8 years old. Especially, that's what summer always makes me a little bit nostalgic, because that's when I did a lot of my gaming. Fuck. I'm gonna have to buy bobby pins from something, I don't know what. Entry to... Oh, there's only one word. I got it. I got it. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, wait a minute. Entry down. Okay. It's just open the floor safe. Yeah. We already picked it. It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is really funny. You can successfully hack something so well that the game is just like, oh, there's nothing more you could hack here. We can't do anything. Whatever. It is what it is. What the fuck is this for? Is that it? What the hell is that? A clock? Okay. Fisto! What the fuck is that? That's the unique weapon? What the fuck is it? Is it just a melee weapon? You know my melee weapons are terrible, right? What does Fisto even do? Do I want to know what Fisto does? Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I don't want to know. Fisto was right next to a terminal. Did I miss it the first time? I guess I did. Oops. Well, as my family would say, if it was a snake, it would have bit me, so. That might be a very southern thing. What the fuck? Alright. I don't think this is gonna work. What? I got parried. That exists in this game? What? Dude, I'm finding out new melee mechanics. I've never used a melee weapon this much. You can block? Wait, you can block in this game? What? I've never done this before. What the hell is going on? Okay, I'm just taking a ton of damage for no reason. Blocking a melee or unarmed hit makes them stagger. I never use melee weapons in this game. There's just no point. Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not. Oh, come on. Like, what are we even doing anymore, guys? Probably have to up big guns. Maybe the sniper's a big gun. I don't know, whatever. Bats can't be blocked. Well, yeah, that would kind of suck. Alright, obviously it was another hit squad. Merc Adventurer, Merc Cruiser. Let me know if the volume's too low, by the way. Okay, that's Paradise Falls. That's Germantown. Canterbury Commons. Fort Independence. We gotta look through this area. Unarmed, yeah, Unarmed in New Vegas is really good. There's a, what is it? There's like a Deathclaw weapon, right? And it's like really strong. In this game, I just never bothered. I just, you know, like all the advertising for this game was guns anyway. So, you know, when I was like 14 or whatever, like the last thought on my mind was, hey, let's use guns. Or let's use fists. Like, we have guns for a reason. We might as well use guns. Oh, really? The final Fist of the Rar? What is this? Like a 2000s, like, ooh, nuzzles next to you joke? Back when people would shitpost about this stuff on the internet? XD? Fist of the North Star? Have you seen the Fresh Prince version of that? That shit's hilarious. That's like a true internet meme. With Wild Wasteland becomes Fist of the North Rar. Oh, okay. I was like wondering, like Fist of the Rar? Fist of the ooh notices your bulge. Thank God I never became a furry. Again, the one furry I ever met was like actually attractive. So I'm like, what the fuck? Don't think she had a fursuit, though. She did drugs, though, which I wasn't a huge fan of. I have no clue what Northern Star is anyway. Fist of the North Star is an anime. It's a very famous old school anime. It's like one of those very formative animes from way back when. Heavily inspired a lot of animes that came after. You know, like everything's kind of like DBZ inspired now. Yeah, that was Fist of the North Star. Sadly, it's not as popular as a lot of its derivatives, or as many areas, most of its, you know, future anime. What the fuck was that launch? Oh! Ah! Two-step goodbye. Yeah, I wish I had dragged Veronica around more, but I didn't. I don't know. Who did I even bring around with me for the majority of New Vegas? I can't even remember. It might have been Boone, but then one time I hit some NCR soldiers by accident. And Boone was like, if you ever do that again, I'll never partner with you. And I'm like, bro, it was an accident. Like, chill out. Like, it's one of those things. I was kind of like, okay, whatever. So I forget who I really took. Again, at this point, all these are really old playthroughs too, so... Vault 106? Yo, okay, let's go.
Back off. Find your own bloody self.
What the hell? Okay, sure. It is what it is. Yeah, I had Boone for sure. Boone's just good. He's tanky a little bit. He will literally notice dudes from super far. His quest is kind of feelsy, etc. Oh shit. This is that 25% extra damage at work, bro? What? He misfired? Oh, it's a skill check if you talk to him? Oh, well. You ever just wonder what life would be like if we were on the good timeline? Where, like, we just got all the games that were promised throughout the years that people were hyped for, and they just didn't get canceled. Like, we would have had a crazy playthrough of Scalebound. We would have had an epic playthrough of Mirror's Edge 2. We would have had another playthrough of Dead Space 4. Like, you ever just think about how much has just been taken from gamers in general? Promised, teased, edged, but never delivered. And then what few games actually do get delivered are ruined in one way or another. Like, isn't it just, like, wild how that just happens? Ooh. They're below me. Oh, it's just a bunch of raiders. Oh my god, what was that? Oh! Damn. Uh-oh. Oh my god! Ah! Someday I'm gonna have to sell all this garbage too. I mean, like, listen, no one's actually gonna join and do a Legion playthrough on their first run, are they? Like, how many people do you think did that? It can't be that many, right? Like, it's gotta be, like, less than 5%, correct? It's like, how many people probably did Crimson Flower as their first 3 houses playthrough? Probably almost nobody. Without a guide, by the way. Probably almost no one, because you have to do specific things to even get onto Crimson Flower. Otherwise, you just get pushed automatically to Silver Snow. You don't even get the choice. Again, I liken those games together all the time because they are effectively almost the same game in terms of, like, spiritual design. I didn't know who they were, and I found them fighting some soldiers. Well, almost isn't good enough. That's the truth. It's cool that you were closer than I was. What? Can I even hit him through this? Apparently I can. Okay. Yeah, I did one thing to piss off the NCR and it forever gated me out of one quest. I remember that distinctly because it was like a complete what the fuck moment. Like something I did like 100 hours prior gated me out of forever doing any more content with the NCR because unfortunately, unlike every other game that has a reputation system, New Vegas wants to be special and have like a weird like sin counter that you can never undo no matter what you do. And I firmly disagreed with how they handled that. That shit was stupid. Like, imagine if you played World of Warcraft and you're trying to raise your Aldor rep or something, right? You could pick between Aldor and Scryers. Imagine you wanted to raise your Scryer's rep. I just switched it, right? Oh, well, you did stuff for the Scryers, so we'll never let you work for Alders again. It's like, what? Why? I don't even remember what the usefulness of any of that even was, to be honest. It's been way too long. But that's my kind of point. It's like, well, why would you have a reputation system where it's permanent? Like, yeah, I guess you could argue it's maybe realistic, but that's the part of the video game that you kind of want to stay video gamey. You probably don't want to make it a simulation. So yeah, I was never able to do one quest in particular, and that was just left out of the Fallout 3 or the Fallout New Vegas playthrough. There was nothing I could do about it. And you know what they say, that's life. You gated out of the NCR. No, not the entire NCR. I killed like one NCR dude by accident. It was like collateral when I was fighting something else. And the NCR was like, oh, you're vilified. Because the reputation isn't like a line. It's not linear. So like they keep track of the things you do against their faction. Like I could still side with the NCR. But I could never do like a side mission that required me to be basically perfect with them. And I was like, why do I need to be fucking perfect? The whole system was just annoying. TLDR. It was really stupid. So naturally, of course I remember it because it pissed me off. That and selling my pistol by accident because of how Fallout erroneously stacks items that are not related. That's worth something. The game remembers the best thing you did and the worst thing you did? Yeah, that was the worst thing. One NCR trooper, but I completely eradicated Caesar's Legion. Somehow the NCR is like, oh, well, that makes you irredeemable. Look, I love reputation in games. I like being able to talk your way in and out of, you know, different situations in a video game. I think that's some of the coolest shit ever. That was one of the dumbest little things they added to Fallout New Vegas. Like, genuinely, I still don't get it. I get how the system works. And I had Vault Dweller come over that one day, and I was telling him, like, hey, Vault Dweller, like, this is what happened. He probably joined me on the fucking playthrough part. And I think he was like, yeah, you fucked up. And I was like, how? Like, how was I supposed to do it? Yeah, with the NCR, it's a one-time thing, and I was already on the strip. I think I was trying to talk to McLafferty or someone, and that's it. That's the end of it. You could fight for the NCR, you could do all kinds of stuff for the NCR, but the minute you accidentally kill one of their units, doesn't matter. There's no way to undo that, you know? You can't, there's no amount of like, well, Haruna would know. What's the fucking quests you could do in some of the cities to raise reputation in WoW Classic? You gotta like, you gotta donate like cloth. You gotta donate like linen cloth and silk cloth and wool cloth and mage weave and shit. And then that will raise your reputation with your given faction or some shit. Yep, cloth repeatable. I think it's 20, right? You donate 20 pieces of cloth, and basically you can undo, or sorry, you can't lose reputation. There you go. You can't lose reputation with your 5 main cities, but you know, like obviously building it when you're not that race is really hard typically. Because you don't get bonuses, you don't get bonuses like if you were actually that race. That's why it's really hard to raise your rep. And they should have changed this years ago. I feel like it's really unfair that Horde players have to work harder to level up their reputation with Undercity and Silvermoon. I feel like that's archaic and it probably should be changed. I believe they tried to add that with the alliance with the Pandaren and Gilneas, but it just comes off as an unnecessary like detriment. There's no reason why, especially if it's in like a post-Cataclysm world, for the Horde to not fully trust Silvermoon and Undercity. Like that's something that doesn't make any sense and should be removed. Naturally, it will be in the game until the end of time, of course. Oh yeah, it takes a shit ton. Absolutely, but back in the day, it wasn't that bad. Well, I guess it was, but like, what were you really doing 90% of the time back in the day? Oh! I was looking at the bear trap. You guys set it up real nice. There's a dialogue loop, teach them how to disarm mines over and over. Yeah, but why is it not for the NCR? It's like a complete oversight almost. Very unfortunate. But yeah, that's what you would do in old school WoW. You would talk to dudes over and over and over and give them, like, basically cloth armor over and over and over again. I don't know if I could carry anymore. I might be screwed. Maybe, I mean, like, the Gauss rifle does a lot of damage, but with only one shot, the DPS is probably pretty low. Not a lot of games do reputation systems, though, which is the unfortunate part. I mean, and you can kind of understand why. They're typically very complicated. They usually involve some kind of fetch questing. Like, I get why they typically don't bring them back. But I do feel kind of sad, because it's like, it's a good idea that's very, very rarely ever done well. Like, Infamous does it in a decent way. But Infamous has a very linear reputation system, and I really, really, really hate that in Infamous 2 you can't trigger the ending. Like, you have to be completely evil or completely good to do the respective ending. There's not even like an option once you beat the game to be like, okay, well, I've beaten the game, let's go back and do the other ending. So you have to completely alter yourself to be evil if you're good, which just takes a while. It's not like impossible. I did it on the stream. But imagine if I was evil and I wanted to become good, it would have taken 10 times longer. Dude, they're still sending... What is this guy looking at? What a great merc. Oh. I don't know why I did all in his weapon. That was really weird. It doesn't even seem like it worked. Can he even hit me? Wait. I think I broke his weapon. He doesn't even know. Look at that. His weapon can't even shoot straight anymore. Look at this. There you go. That's one hit. Done. Ah! Kill Generico. Dude. Look, man, is it my fault that I find good shit in this game? Like, I'm being punished for, like, running around and hoarding shit in this game, man. This is bullshit. I'm coming back for this loot. Yeah, I'll be back. Where the hell am I? Drew Street Metro Station. Yeah, I killed one MCR dude. It wasn't, like, back-to-back either. You know what it was? I was doing, what's that lady? The Rose Lady of Cassidy or whatever? I was doing her mission. I think, like, on the way out, either she killed someone or I killed someone, and they counted it as me killing them. And so the game was like, okay, well, we're not, like, gonna shoot you on sight, but we just don't like you anymore. And I was like, at the time, I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. But then, like, hours later, in typical video game fashion, it came back to fuck me. Really badly. Which I think is really funny. No, McLafferty was, like, you have to, I forget if you have to, like, kill McLafferty or whatever you have to do to her. But it wasn't even killing McLafferty. I think it was, you'd have to go look at the playthrough. I can't remember for the life of me. But I'm pretty sure on the way out, she shot someone. And that counted as me shooting someone. Even though we're two different people, the game just didn't really discriminate. So it was kind of like, whatever. Punish the player, because what are they going to do? Is the game going to punish itself? Like, come on now. I mean, if I'm going back to New Vegas, I'm not gonna reuse that save file. Like, maybe if we wanted to dick around on it someday, I would do it. But the way things are looking, I don't know when they're gonna release the remasters. I would definitely play a New Vegas remaster. I don't know if I would play a remaster of this, purely because we've already played it. Like, what would there to be to gain? You know, like, it would just be messing around, I guess. Depends when it comes out. It could come out 50 years from now. The way Microsoft works and the way Bethesda releases shit, we might genuinely be dead. That is an unironic possibility. There is a non-zero chance the next Fallout game comes out so long from now that you're actually just dead. You ever think about that? I mean, imagine me trying to wait for another new Star Fox game that's not just a 64 remake, reboot, or reimagining. I might genuinely be like 40 years old before they decide to make another Star Fox game for some reason. And you know, Nintendo is not hurting for money. They might be one of the few developers that are relatively unscathed after all the bullshit. Why? Because, unfortunately for them, outside of Pokemon, all their stuff is like pretty reasonably high quality. Unfortunately, Pokemon is the one thing that sells like fucking crazy, so there's no winning in this fucked up world. I've been waiting for a true sequel to Assault for years, and I was 9 when Assault came out, maybe 10. And that's like the one funny thing is on Reddit, there like some dude is replaying Command and like talking about the endings, and obviously people are talking about Star Fox because of the movie and all the other stuff. But realistically, like, Star Fox Command is like a massive humiliation ritual for Fox for no fucking reason. Like, what the fuck? Nothing even came out. Like, we went from having touching scenes in Star Fox Assault to, like, incredibly stupid and degrading, demeaning, like, bad-spirited, like, cutscenes for all the main cast. Like, the only people that make it out of Star Fox Command and don't look like complete dicks is basically just Panther, for some reason. Like, why they put cuckoldry in a game for children, I'll never understand. That was a very interesting plot twist. You even know what it was called in 2005. They put cuckoldry. What was this? Star Fox Command. It is a 100% legitimate Nintendo DS game. It exists. It is an official Nintendo game. I never did a playthrough on it. I could have. I bought it again on the Wii U for some reason, thinking I would do a playthrough just to show how bad it was, and I never did. What was this that happened in it? Basically, after the events of Star Fox Assault, Crystal leaves Team Star Fox because Fox is, like, you know, kind of protective of her because, you know, he loves her, she likes him, blah, blah, blah. And basically, she immediately runs to Star Wolf and joins them as their fourth, and basically gets into a relationship with Panther. And the majority of the endings of the game, the Star Fox team never gets back together. Most of the endings are just like incredibly mean-spirited, nasty. They make fun of Fox. They pull him down. It's like, it's just terrible. It just feels awful. The game really only exists because Star Fox 2 never came out. And Star Fox 2 had a lot of, at the time, it came out eventually on Switch 1. But Star Fox 2 had like a bunch of unique mechanics, and it got canceled. And eventually they made Star Fox 64, which is obviously the one that everyone knows. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? This is a legitimate game that they made for the DS. This is a widely recognized terrible game. Yes.
Right. What do you want? Well,
Okay.
you can never be too careful. Be warned, it's not safe here. Super
No one
mutants have
likes
attacked
it.
recently
And,
carried off
and
some
when
of
they
our
were
friends.
asked, like, how would they continue
Come in.
beyond past it, they didn't even really have a good answer. I forget who it was. But one of the dudes that worked on Star Fox was like, you know, if we ever make a sequel to it, we probably have to ignore, like, half the game. Because there's, like, final endings. Team Star Fox is gone, and that's the end. There's only, like, 2 endings that actually lead to real sequels. So I shit you not. One of the endings is like a path where you play as Crystal and you recruit basically every other female character in the game. You recruit Slippy's fiance. You recruit Falco's former teammate, Kat. You recruit Peppy's daughter. And then you defeat the Angler Empire. And then everything's good. And then immediately in this beautiful feminist ending where all the women did everything. I don't even know where the dudes are. They just cease to exist. In this perfect feminist ending, they immediately go home and cook food for them. Who the fuck wrote that? What? Even as a kid, I was like, wait, they did all the fighting and then they went home? And then they cooked? And then that's how Team Star Fox gets back together? Really stupid ending. The other end, the only good ending is Slippy's fiance joins the team. You know, it's just a humiliation ritual for my favorite characters. After that, like, how do you even have a sequel to it? They'd have to basically declare it non-canon. You ever see them reference Other M in any future Metroid game? Of course not, because to be fair, there's only been one future Metroid game since Other M came out, but, you know, if I were to sit here and bitch about that, we would literally be here all day. Okay, let's leave and then we'll come back in a minute and do this. Yeah, it's like, why would a Nintendo game be so mean-spirited? So on your first playthrough, they lock you into a default ending. The default ending is the entire Team Star Fox gets back together. So every ending is like 3 PowerPoint slides, right, with custom art. So, okay, you go to Venom, you get Crystal back, you get Falco back, you get Slippy back. Everything's good. The team goes in. They defeat the Anglers, right? I don't even remember the missions. I just remember the endings, right? And then 2 slides are like Team Star Fox got back together. Everything was awesome. Everything was good. And then the final slide is like a punch in the nuts. They're like, Crystal tells Fox, I can't do this, Fox. I want to go be with Panther. And then she leaves him heartbroken. And then the final like word is like, oh, Fox would remain lonely and was doomed to wander the galaxy alone. Who wrote this? Humiliation ritual. Yeah, it's good. Thank God Sly Cooper never had this fate. Like, imagine if, like, Sly got together with Carmelita, and then, like, randomly, like, Sly 4 is already out, right? Thieves in Time. Imagine Sly 5 came out, you know? And, like, he's together with Clockwork, or something. She's together with Clockwork or something. No, I don't think it was Libs. This is 2005. I think it was just some asshole was in charge of the fucking writing. I don't know who, but it was bad. And it's not a mistranslation, by the way. So this is not a matter of, like, they mistranslated it poorly. That's how it's written in Japanese. That's how it's written in Japanese as well. They got some weird NTR fucking plotline in Star Fox for some reason. I think, and, like, it makes me just wonder, like, was Crystal just not supposed to come back ever? And, like, someone kind of forced it? Because it almost feels petty. It feels vindictive. It feels like they didn't want to have Crystal on anymore because Crystal's a leftover from another game. But they just had her because it only made sense narratively and because Assault had her. It just feels bad faith. It just feels really nasty. And, like, you could have bad endings, but it's just really weird that, like, almost every ending in a Nintendo game is cuckoldry, 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 cuckoldry. Oh, by the way, Fox sucks. As if he's not the hero of the Lilat system at this point. It's crazy because the Angler Empire, even though they're kind of cool, they almost take a back seat to all the stupid drama happening in the game. Isn't that kind of fucked up? The entire game is really just Star Fox 64 again, but hey, there's a new bad guy coming out of Venom. And for some reason, the entire game devolves into, well, nobody likes Fox. You end up in this very funny scenario because basically every mission you have to defend the Great Fox from any enemies reaching it, otherwise you instantly fail. So Rob is over here, like, teaming up with whoever is going around, basically because the game just has the Great Fox. Like, Starwolf doesn't have a Great Fox. You end up with this weird, like, continuity that doesn't even make sense. Why would Rob 64 ever team up with Starwolf? Why would he not stay with Fox? It doesn't even make sense. Like, a lot of the game just is simply gameplay with a shitty story tacked on. And honestly, I would just prefer a remake where they just ignore 90% of this. Because there is a good... I hate to say this, but you know me. There is a good game deep down somewhere in that game. The problem is the rest of the game fucking sucks. And you have to play through it to beat it. And that's why I almost never played Star Fox ever again. I basically pretend that game doesn't exist 90% of the time. They have 3 different females they set up as love interests and they forget they exist or ignore them. Well, the problem is that they committed to Crystal. Oh my god. The problem is that they kept Crystal around. I don't know, man. I get it's a children's game and you don't want to go too hard with the romance, but that's why I would have just dialed it down to like a 1 or a 2. I feel like the whole romance plotline was wrapped up in Assault. When, you know, Tricky and Crystal and Fox reunite, it was actually very touching because Tricky's now big, right? He's not small anymore. You know, he's a big Triceratops, so all the stuff that they did in Adventures, they couldn't even do anymore. Because Tricky's huge now. You know, I thought that was like kind of a cool thing, because I love Star Fox Adventures. I know that's a very controversial topic because most of the Star Fox fan base only like 64, and now the new game, it's kind of like the DMC fan base in that regard. But I actually really like that Star Fox Adventures, you know, you get a more personal story with Fox. It has a longer running time. It's very cool in that regard. That moment where Fox is like, let's save your mother, genuinely was like a true turning point in the hero's journey. But yeah, you know, let's I can't tell you enough how much as a 10-year-old playing Command was like a what the fuck moment. Today, looking back, I could tell you, oh yeah, it was cuckoldry. Why have her enter a relationship along with leaving the team? It sounds like some guy... Yeah, it's like, why not just have her join Starwolf for no other reason than the fact that she just wants to be rogue? You know, like, why does she... Like, Panther flirts with her in Assault, but in Assault, she's like, oh, fuck off, Panther. Not literally, but she's like, oh, yeah, Panther, I'm not interested, right? So, you know, there's this dynamic of, like, Panther's into her. She's not into Panther because she's into Fox. So naturally, the sequel is like, okay, well, what if she was, like, totally a bitch and hated Fox for wanting to protect her? And instead of dealing with this like rational adults, which I guess is the most reasonable and realistic part of it, what the fuck is that Scorpion doing? I love how when they're far away, they just slide along the ground and start burrowing through it. Like, unintentionally. It's a glitch. It's not supposed to be that way. That's what I mean when I say the game just feels incredibly mean-spirited. Like, why even have all that, you know? Like, I agree. There's a crutch. Darts. A steam gauge assembly. Where is it? It's right here. Caution? From who? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on. Better not be the Rad Scorpion. That would be really funny and also really stupid. Could you imagine? What do we need again? A fission battery and a pressure cooker. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like something like Narg would say about like a generic game that I would play. It's like, oh, is this you enjoying watching from the chair? Are you enjoying watching from the chair? Like, that's kind of where that game is, unfortunately. It's like chair simulator. Yeah, except it's canon. They did officially say that if they were to make a sequel, they probably would ignore it, but there has never been a sequel in 20 years. I was like 10 when that game came out. I'm 31 now. You know, like, bold of them to assume that anyone that was a fan back then might still play it today. Do we have to lockpick it first? Can I just... Fuck me. Oh, you could break the lock? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, not that. Dude, I'm lazy. I don't want to pick it. I'm lazy. Sorry. Here, let's save over it so I have to do less work. I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it. If I do it, I'm gonna lose 3 bobby pins. Dude, where's my Fire Emblem luck? Yeah, the worst part is that Rob64 has like a thing for Peppy's daughter. Oh, I got it. Very nice. It's the weirdest fucking game, man. Like, I don't even know how to describe it to someone who doesn't play Star Fox. Like, genuinely, the game is just... It exists. Maybe I'll play it if you guys want it. Like, I could play it. But man, that shit is awful. It's not even like a particularly hard game, but it's just a boring, repetitive game. So imagine the most repetitive gameplay you've ever played. It wears itself out. You know, it tries to be one of those games where like you have multiple playthroughs you could do, but it ends up wearing out its own welcome by making the game incredibly repetitive. Every mission's a slog. If you make one mistake, you have to start over from zero. There's a couple missions in the game that are actually like, oh fuck my ass. I hate this. There's a lot of missions in the game that end up being very repetitive and very tiring. Some of them are very difficult. It can't have an ON. It literally can't have an ON. Oh shit, okay, here we go. That makes it easy. Okay, that doesn't make it easy. I feel like we're gonna have to reload this. It's different letters that are correct here. So it could be the I and the O. No, because I haven't hit the button on, I mean, it could be the O and the I. The O in spokesperson, the first O, and then the I in laboratories. This is totally possible. Oh, fuck me. Four out of 10 is correct. So it probably has an I. I guess it wasn't the O. What? T-I-N-G? Is that it? Anticipating or disappearing. Well, it can't be the R, could it? It's literally one of these two. That's the only thing it could be. It has to be one of these two. Oh, thanks. Can't be infiltration, right? No, because it has ON. We know ON doesn't work. It could have been the A in disappearing. I mean, that's also true. It could be the A-I-N-G. This is actually just a 50-50. There's no way to know anymore. Because it could be the A-I-N-G. Right? No, wait. No, yeah. Yeah. Or it could be the T-I-N-G. And then what would be the fourth? Oh, I guess that would be it, right? There's nothing else that would match up, correct? Anticipating, yeah, because that's it. It was anticipating. I'm glad I stuck to my original gut. It was anticipating. Very nice. Dean's Electronics. Not that that means anything anymore. Oh wait, is my repair's maxed out, so it doesn't do anything. The P lined up? Damn. Okay. It's rough out here, man. It's tough for a player. Yeah, I played a lot of games on the DS that I do not have fond memories of. I didn't like Pokemon Ranger. I didn't like, the only one I really liked was Mystery Dungeon. I didn't like Pokemon Ranger. I didn't like, Star Fox Command. I didn't like Mario Hoops 3-on-3. It's just a lot of stuff on the DS just existed as shovelware. Like, that's kind of what the PS2, the Wii, and the DS became synonymous with in my brain, was like a bunch of shovelware games that you would only play if you were incredibly bored or just had nothing else to play. And to me, that's just not worth playing then. God, look at that zoom in. What the fuck? Dude, these fucking bears don't stop sneaking up on me. I was prepared for a small rad scorpion, not this fucker. What? His tail disappeared. Can't even pick it up. Oh my lord. Since when has a bear ever been an ambush predator? On my streams, everything is. Apparently scorpions are ambush predators too. As soon as I show up here, the first thing that happens is everyone wants to start throwing hands. The irony is that the other game I played that has a big scorpion enemy is incredibly easy. Do you know how easy it is to kill the scorpion boss in Resident Evil 0? It's a joke. Like, objectively, it's a joke. If you've ever played Resident Evil 0, you do not need to shoot the scorpion boss at all. I've said this before, I even showed it on the playthrough. The worst part of Resident Evil 0 are those stupid fucking frogs, man. Because they will just ruin your day. 90% of the time they just show up just to make a cameo. Then there's that 1% chance that they show up and they fucking insta-kill you and there's nothing you could do. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. There's a lot of very questionable decisions in a lot of Resident Evil games that I'm like, why the fuck did we do this? Sometimes it's stuff that's just like lewd, right? So like, why do we have a boss fight where we like have to pull like some device off of Jill's tits? That's just like people memeing though. And then sometimes you'll play a Resident Evil game and the game will just be literally evil. Like, you just objectively will not be able to do anything and you just are pretty much dead. The fuck? Oh, these dudes were stacked. Look at all this. Bro has 2 sets of armor on him. It's the Resident Evil 3 remake, but yes, you weren't there for that stream, but that was definitely someone's fetish. Like, you know, like, look, I know we're in the era where all the dudes that were, you know, horny and played a lot of video games are now developers and shit. But did you have to include a long fucking cutscene where a bug injects Jill with eggs? Like, that just feels too on the nose, right? Like, this is not something I'm like over here whacking myself to, like, yes, this is the best thing they've ever put in the game. It's uncomfortable. It's body horror, so I don't hate it because I ironically like that one scene in AVP Requiem that everyone hates. But it feels like it just lasts way too long. And the angles are very gratuitous. It's absolutely some dude's like crazy fetish. So shout out to that dude. Congratulations, I guess. You got to subject millions of people to basically what is effectively official Capcom SFM porn. You somehow managed it. You did it. You did it in a way that no one else was able to, like with the BioShock Infinite woman. And you know what I'm talking about if you're a BioShock Infinite fan. No, that's worse than feet and armpit dudes. At least that's like just parts of a woman. So, like, you could kind of get it. Like, I don't get hentai motherfuckers. I don't. Elizabeth, that's her name. I never remember her name. I just remember that immediately after that game came out, the guy came out and was like, could you stop making lewds of Elizabeth? I see her like a daughter. So naturally, everyone listened to him and obeyed his wishes. No, just kidding. They made more. And they still make it to this day. I mean, but to his credit, I don't think he's ever said anything else about it, probably because he knows it would just be pointless and would result in more being made. Why need the bugs and eggs shit? Why not? Ultimately, a lot of everything in human sexuality is why the fuck not? You don't even want to hear my rant about hookup culture. I'm gonna spare that for another day. Probably a kick stream. Or I'll just forget and say it some other day. I don't fucking know. I really also kind of don't care either. Dude, I forgot to do a stream poll. Who the hell is a comment? Do you really want the answer to that question? Think really carefully about what you're asking. Are you asking a question whose answer you're not prepared for? Think twice. Think 3 times if you need to. Are you asking a question whose answer you're not prepared for? Be very, very careful, because you might get what you wish for, and you're going to be very, very salty if you're not ready. Why did I pick up a motorcycle handbrake? That was a mistake. Yeah, he said that. It's like a famous internet thing that happened. Is he said it, and then guess what? Wait, where was it? There you go. I don't know, man. Probably someone didn't know even what they were stepping into, right? Like, they probably told him, yeah, let's do this. It'll really... It's a horror game, right? It'll really get the players horrified. Haha, he wasn't wrong. Do you think some old dudes, old men at Capcom knew what they were signing up for or what they were allowing? Of course not. They just did it. Fuck, dude. Dude, why is easy hard? Unbelievable. What the fuck, dude? You know, maybe it's a good thing I was delayed by that gate, because I would have walked right up to that truck to loot it potentially, and I would have blown up. Unbelievable. No, that's not how it works, Devin. You have to terrorize people with it, right? Because, like, if it's on the outside, there's the reasonable belief that you could, like, scratch it off. You know, honestly, the more and more we talk about it, the more and more I'm glad it happened, because... Oh, shit. Speaking of roaches. The more and more I'm glad it happened. Because think about it, no one will ever forget that. Is that not truly what horror should be? People feel violated. They feel unwhole. Isn't that literally what it should be about? Technically, they hit the mark on the head. Like, I can't even hate them. Again, that AVP Requiem scene has entire online threads, both past and present, where people are bitching like, well, why'd they have to show the aliens do that to the pregnant women in the hospital? Although today, women would probably cheer for them, because they'd be like, same Lindsay. They'd even give the alien a cute name like Lindsay. It's about the violation, Devin. That's the point. I can't believe the easy is harder than average. Unbelievable. Damn. Well, the toilet is irradiated. That's just a normal toilet. 22%. You know, I'm glad they did it. I'm actually gonna pull a Narg now. I'm glad it happened. If you're not traumatizing your viewer base, are you genuinely making a horror game? Like, isn't that the thing people complain about all the time? That horror games aren't scary? And then they put something that is scary in. But the difference is that when I played Resident Evil 3 when I was a kid, they didn't have that scene in the original. So it was literally just something they made up for the new game. But what I think is really cool, I'm totally going to say this, what I think is really cool about it is that it's something that was unexpected and caught tons of people off guard. Genius idea. The kind of execution only Kojima could... What? Oh, there's only one word again. Jesus. This kind of execution only Kojima could do. Maybe we need more horny motherfuckers to make games. Look how fucked up people get, man. Look how fucked up they get. People are blown to ribbons by that scene. I love it. You know what? Narg is never here and he shits on Resident Evil 3 Remake. That might be the best part of Resident Evil 3 Remake. I don't want to do this. Okay. Fucking hell. The irony is that I could just try to pick it with one pick over and over and probably get closer every time. Fuck! Oh god, never mind. What the fuck do I do here? Yes, I know, but then it re-randomizes the sweet spot. I think it's faster to just fucking... Like, I'm trying not to waste any bobby pins. I don't have any of them. I have so few. No, come on, man. I can never be the lock-picking lawyer. I'm sorry. I failed you. I watched so many of his videos back in the day. I failed him. I can't do it. I can't get a click out of 1 and a click out of 2. I can't even open this fucking thing at all. Dude! I got it. All this for nothing, basically, which is the extra funny part. Yeah, because in Skyrim, don't you actually have to waste the lockpicks? So, like, yeah, it is kind of dog shit a little bit, right? It's much more time-consuming, I guess, if I had to say. Okay, maybe we roam around DC. Because I think we've done almost everything in the outskirts. Might as well do everything on the in-skirts. Well, if you know me, we love to be in skirts. Maybe with that joke, I could get hired at Capcom for the Code Veronica remake. Dude, Code Veronica has to be fucked up. I don't know if you guys have ever played Code Veronica, but a lot of Code Veronica has to do with insects. Which is like every hentai artist's latest fascination. It's either goblins or insects. You guys are in luck. Veronica is going to get censored so much, by the way. I just want everyone to know this. Like, I'm not even going to pretend to be angry when Code Veronica gets censored. Veronica has, like, weird, like, brother-sister loving plot lines. It's got, cross-dressing, mentally ill villains. Wesker choking out Claire like a rag doll. It is very much a 2000s game, for anyone wondering. So I'm not even going to pretend like it's going to be, oh my god, would you believe that they censored it? Yeah, of course they will. It's unfortunately current year, as much as I hate to say it. Capcom might be based, but I don't think they're going to be able to have a game where all that happens in 2026. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, Resident Evil 3 was already kind of toned down in a lot of ways. Like, they don't even let you see people get decapitated anymore, unless it's Leon for some reason. Chris gets immolated if Alexia even touches him. And that's a really stupid fight, by the way, because depending on where you are, you could potentially get stun locked, and then Alexia just only has to touch you. Like, the minute your hitboxes collide, Alexia just grabs you and you die. That is actually one of my least favorite fights in Resident Evil. Next to the Steve fight, I think either a few minutes before that or a few minutes after that, there's a lot of really stupid shit. I expect Steve to be a completely different character, by the way. The same way that they completely changed Carlos from being like a, you know, oh my lord. The same way they changed Carlos from being like an 80s Hispanic action figure, like action hero, into like the most typical, like generic merc. Doesn't even flirt with Jill, but once maybe. Just so she could reassert her bad bitch energy. Like, I expect that shit to be completely different. And to be fair, nobody really liked Steve when the game came out. Steve is definitely one of the more interesting characters they put in Resident Evil. Next to that one black dude and his fat Joe Pesci teammate in Revelations. I don't know why and what they were thinking. So yeah, I fully expect that game to be completely different when it comes out compared to the original. I mean, it's good that it's... I also expect Resident Evil 0 to be completely different. That's the only thing I don't like about the Resident Evil remakes, is they basically just make it seem like a completely different game. Like, it just ends up being a completely different game than what it originally was. And that's why I don't really like them that much. Because they get... like, it's supposed to be cheesy. It's supposed to be a lot of things. And if you change that, well, then is it really Resident Evil, you know? Like... I don't know. I feel like some of those things just don't really sit too well with me personally. It's very rare that they radically change a character or a character's intentions, and I feel like it's a good change personally. Let me see if this dude's around. I'll flag him down if he is. Is he? Yes, he is. Alright, okay, good thing that's muted. I forget that. Can I disable Discord entry sounds? Yeah, Nintendo took down a bunch of emulators. Yo, stream? Question mark? Let's see if I could get this dude. I could flag him in since he's online.
What happened?
There you go. Welcome to the stream. Nothing happened. Why does something have to happen?
God. What is this?
Why does something have to happen, Max? Why can't I just be happy to chill with one of my best friends and talk about video games? Why do you put an air of suspicion on me, brother? Alright, great talk. You want to watch Zeta tonight? Oh shit, is he gone? Maybe Max died. They got him. I'm muted! I'm muted this whole time. Alright, don't worry, Max. I was saying very nice things about you.
Sure.
I can't want you on stream, man. We can shoot the shit. Tell me, what's the video game news of the day, brother? More GTA
really,
leaks?
Well, no. I saw, like, the gameplay for one of the Modern Warfare missions.
Oh, Lord,
Modern
anyway.
Warfare mission. It's not really gaming news. It's just, I've been through Twitter and, well, you know the usual. If anyone's watching, I've heard of Lindsay Clancy.
Oh, yeah, I
She's
mentioned that
getting real,
earlier
bro.
today. You know what I mentioned
Yeah.
that in reference to?
What?
The AVP Requiem scene with the aliens putting the fucking
Oh
proboscises
my
down
god!
What? Come on, even you know today they'd root for the fucking aliens, right? Remember when that was like a
Bro.
horrifying thing and people couldn't believe it was actually in a video or in a movie?
There are women analyzing the court audio for that case right now to like try to sense like divine feminine energy to protect me.
I hate my life. I hate that I understand everything you just said. I wish I was. What a terrible day to quit drinking and to
Bro,
be not
They
deaf.
use the freaking birth date of birth chart to try to
This
analyze.
has to be a shit post, right? Like you're not
No, I'm not
actually like
shit
looking to
posting.
the
I'm not-
fucking. No, not from you. We're not actually using like astrology charts to determine if someone is guilty or not in a court of law, right? Like that's
And, like,
that's not
he's
true,
a
right?
Gemini,
Like we're
so
not.
he definitely did it. Oh, my
We're not
favorite is
this
the
much
fact-
of a fucking silly ass society, right? Like we actually
My
still have
favorite-
rule of law and evidence, right? Like
My favorite is that apparently Patrick Clancy has like been saying, yeah, she's been stressed out. Like a lot of things has been happening. It's like
I'm
it's like-
stressed out. Does that give me the right to kill someone? I'm
yeah, somebody
stressed.
posted if she's innocent, Chris Benoit is.
Yeah, Chris Benoit has to be innocent by that exact logic. He had the same thing. You don't see anyone running to fucking yell about Chris Benoit being fucking innocent. Most people probably don't even remember that shit. Dude, I'm telling you, TikTok, man, I am 100% biased against short form content. As a person that makes playthroughs, I'm literally the opposite. But man, TikTok has fucked up a lot of people, dude. It is insanity. It's like everything that they said 4chan did to people, TikTok
saw a
did it
man-
but worse, man.
I saw a man standing outside in protest of that courthouse. I'm like, yeah, did your wife drag you here?
Yes,
Is
I'm
that
here
what's
because I
happening?
want pussy tonight, guys. Listen, if I don't do it, I don't get any punani, okay? That's the only thing that matters in my life, okay? We're using astrology. You really shouldn't have told me that. Max tells me things I don't need to hear, man. I think he just wants to cause a mental break one day so he could take over my channel or some shit.
I'm
Like,
at
I'm-
this point where I'm like, I just hear all this and I'm like, where's the sympathy for the 8-month-old that
No,
you
we
strangled?
don't care. We like killing kids. It's America, dude. You know I make that same joke in Final Fantasy? One of the new raids, you fight a father who's abandoned his kid. And I make the same joke every time. I say we're about to perform American healthcare on this kid. It's so fucking good, man. America is a fucking joke. You can't take anything seriously anymore. Honestly, why am I rooting for the fucking dude that leaked GTA 6 more? Thank God they outsourced GTA 6 to India. Could you imagine if they left it in just Rockstar North and Rockstar, whatever the New York branch is? It's like right on 7th Avenue or something. Bro, we would have never had leaks. Thank God they outsourced it to a fucking country where they don't give a fuck about this. Could you imagine? Oh, it's the best thing that's ever happened. I pray every day, and Max knows this, I pray every day we get GTA 6 leaks. The amount of people sucking and vacuum cleaning and sterilizing, billion-dollar corpo edict over this fucking game of all games is wild, by the way. Like, I could understand if it was like a medium-level studio or whatever, and you're like, listen, man, I want to show the publisher some love, I want to show the studio some love, like Astrobot or something, right? Like made by a small team. I want them to show that it's viable to keep making platformers. I could get that a little bit. But like, really, bro, GTA 6? Man, dude, what did 5 gotta... I don't get it, man. What did GTA 5 do to people to make them worship it this hard? That's like fucking insanity, man. Like, I just don't get it. Like, what was so good about GTA 5?
Oh yeah, Candace Owens has lost her mind.
I mean, well, that was obvious to anyone a couple chapters ago. The Lindsay Clancy shit is low-key kind of terrifying, though. That's like a super litmus test.
Somebody was literally like, guys, if you want to know if you want to date a woman or not, just ask her about the...
You have to start shit testing people. I mean, listen, as a dude, you get shit tested on everything ever. So, turnabout's fair play, as I like to say. It's so fucking nuts, man. As a great man once said, they should have left the video games alone. Oh yeah, we're playing Gears tonight, right? What was the thing I said we should do before that? I can't remember, so clearly it wasn't that important. Oh, you know what it was? I said that if GTA 6 leaked, we're starting that no matter what the fuck is happening. Metroid Prime 5 could get stealth dropped tomorrow and I would play GTA 6 over it. Why would I goon with Max? I want you to think about what you just said. I should make the word goon an auto timeout. Just like the word Discord on Twitch. You know they changed the copy pasta on Twitch now? Now it's not one big blob. Now they split it into 2 messages. Yeah, man, on that next stream, I'ma pull up heavy. But I'm driving right now, so I can't. So add me on Discord so you can let me know when my next stream is, or when your next stream is, so me and my crew can come through heavy. Well, why can't your crew come through now? It's not like I'm going anywhere on Twitch either. Like, I literally stream on Twitch every day. Every day this year, I've streamed multiple times a day, sometimes even. I think one day I even did 3 streams in a day. Who the fuck do you know does 3 streams in a day? They might do more. This is for fun, man. If you want to pull up heavy, bro, you know where to pull up heavy. Add me on Discord to goon. Okay, well that should be like every single trigger word should add like an hour to the timeout, but I'm too lazy to set that up. If you ask me to goon, that should be just like a straight hour-long timeout. If you ask me to add you on Discord, that should be like an hour-long timeout. So that should be like a 3-hour. Every time we add them together, we'll add a +1, you know? Something like that. We'll stack it like a multiplier. You know, you ever play a game with a broken fucking multiplier? That's what we'll do. Remember when it was the Russian bots? I bring this up a lot because at least it kind of made me feel important. It was like, oh, cool. Like, they think, you know, hot Russian women. Like, have you ever seen Russian women, man? Yeah. Hell yeah. That's way more convenient. Why am I going to ask some random dude on Discord? What the fuck, man? My burden of proof to add someone on Discord is huge. If you're on my Discord, I probably know you in real life. And barring that, I probably play video games with you. Like, significantly, like not even once or twice. Like, I was in my current static for a long time, and I didn't even have some of them as friends. Not because I, didn't want them, I just forgot. So, like, I forget. It was recently, I think, I added Haruna as a friend. And, I think Fen I didn't have as a friend for a long time, and then I added them one day. Add me on Discord to goon to hot Russan women? Well, when you put it like that, I mean, The only thing is that East European women are crazy, but I guess you could say that about anywhere, so. Don't know if I'm ready for that kind of heat, just being honest. Dude, where the fuck do you even go in DC? DC's a lot worse than I remember. I'm used to Boston. Boston was kind of better about this. As I said, I knew one French girl. They were American, but they were like one French girl, and then one, was she Polish? It was a lifetime ago. In the good old days. Oh, I have to repair this thing. Great. Okay. I guess it's time to go back to base, huh? Can't get anything done in this fucking game, that's for sure.
So you know how when you go to like Costco in the parking lot, they have the stuff where you put the shopping cart back in?
Yeah.
There's apparently a sport where people try to see who can get their shopping cart in spaces like that.
Out of all the dumb things you've told me over the last several years, this is not one of them. This actually sounds wholesome. No, she didn't like guns. She lives in New York City.
Thank you.
No, don't. No!
Please.
Okay, it was just ammo. Thank you. You're gonna over encumber me right outside my house. Bro, I don't even care about the laser pistol anymore, honestly. You know what it is? These leather armors weigh 30 pounds each. Or sorry, it weighs 30 pounds collectively. That's why I'm losing 30 pounds just to carry this shit around when I really only need to carry it around if I'm going to do the exploit. Anyway. Has it been 3 days? I think it's only been 1. Unfortunately, you do have to wait this the long way. Remember when waiting in Fallout literally was just this, and you didn't have to find a seat to sit down in? I don't know why they changed that. That was really stupid. Definitely one of my least favorite Fallout changes, that's for sure.
Yeah, Marty O'Donnell, is trying to have an event where he hosts a Halo LAN party in Vegas with just the old consoles, and everybody can just play and have fun. Because where the last place he tried to have it, they were like, "Oh, we can't because of political affiliations."
Yeah, which is bullshit.
We are now seeing Lindsay Clancy copycats.
Yeah, dude, the Florida chick did that shit instantly. That's low key like super terrifying, by the way. You know.
Uh-oh.
You know what it is, and I need to get that clip, but I'm never gonna find it again. So this is just like a power fantasy of mine. It's just Alexio saying it's a fucking cult 20,000 times in my brain over and over. You know that,
The
right?
fucking cult.
The fucking cult.
Oh yeah, by the way, I pinned it in general. By
I'm
the way.
scared.
The woman in the bell.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know where I pinned it. I need to pin that shit in SFW. I don't know how I didn't fucking pin that.
You're just coming home one day from work.
Yeah, you
and
just
you
see like, oh,
randomly
what's that
see
crowd
the-
doing over there? You just hear a bell. You're like, damn, is it a church service? Wrong. They're summoning Moloch. That's the service.
You just see this random naked woman swinging
And a
in the
fucking
bell. You're
bell,
just like,
bro. This is like some weird like Goblin Slayer fantasy. You know that, right? Like,
bruh.
yo, I thought American feminists were crazy, man. What the fuck is happening in Europe, dude? What
You're
the
literally
fuck
just
goes
like,
on
you're
over
literally
there?
just like the rapture
Holy
can't come
shit.
soon enough.
Yo, blow the trumpets, Gabriel. It's time. We've had enough.
No, I would just be looking at the sky like,
Did you see
am I in
that?
hell?
You know, you want to know what was another blow the trumpets moment when that one OF girl like did the countdown to her 18th birthday? Actually, just welcome to hell, bro.
Welcome to Rivet City Supply.
Dudes are
Did you
waiting
see
for
that,
like bad baby to like turn 18, like waiting in the bushes.
Oh my, yeah, waiting in the motherfucking bushes like Homer Simpson, but in reverse. You know the meme. Oh my god, do you remember the Oh yeah, Viv says the fat chick stealing the trash can. I told that to my static. I don't know if Haruna was in the chat when I talked about it. I was having a, you know, because we were waiting for people for like 2 hours. So I was like, fucking what, you know, I was just rambling and shit. And I was like, dude, this woman threw away a 6-figure job for a colored trash can. I'm like, who the fuck picks up a dirty trash can off the streets of fucking New York? To take home, presumably. I guess at best she would chain it outside her house, but at worst she's taking it to put in her apartment. Who, you know that, oh my, I'm about to puke. That is disgusting. You know, like really when you think about it. You know, I've lived in New York my whole life, bro. You walk down the street, you'll see a man-sized turd. That's no dog shit. That's human shit. Man shit. And you'll just see the... And you want that? And, you know, like, it's outside. You know, at best, it's got the smog blowing against it 24/7. People are probably throwing, like, AIDS napkins and bloody shit in it, right? You know, like... And you want to take that to your house? You know, like, there's a germaphobe in me, and that, like, has to violate, like, several laws of just everything. It is just terrible. Anyway, that was definitely a soul-blackening moment when you're like, what the fuck? Why are we over here talking about, like...
And then you end up looking at her resume, you're like...
Yeah, and then the worst part is she had a job she didn't deserve. Because that's how bad America is that they gave her a job that she didn't deserve, and so they fired her from the job she didn't deserve. But that's how DEI jobs are. She's a DEI expert that got hired via DEI. Like, are we even surprised anymore? Of course she did.
You know,
Mini nukes, we're not using that.
you know I don't know how much you remember of playing Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah, I know playing. You mean watching, Anyway.
What the fuck? Bro, did you really just inject an entire, like, counter me segment into that? Like, damn.
So, you know that joke?
Anyway, yeah.
Otacon tells Snake when it's time to change the disc when they reach Shadow Moses.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we don't have to do that anymore. Otacon, get it together.
Yeah, for the new collection, Konami has changed the joke so Otacon mentions the platform you're actually playing on instead of always saying PS3.
I mean, they have to, right? You can't be on Xbox and be, you know, playing, like... What was that game that had a spinning GameCube on it that they had to change? You know what it is? It was fucking Tales of Symphonia. They had like a GameCube, I think, that was in one of the levels. And when they ported it, they obviously had to get rid of it because it got ported to PS2. then to then to PC, then to PS3. They obviously couldn't keep a fucking, because it was originally a GameCube exclusive. In fact, it might even say exclusively on the Nintendo GameCube. Could be wrong about that. It's been a while. I'm geeking out a bit, but yeah, they, you know, when it's a console exclusive that then has to come to something else, they will change that. Like Halo. I mean, Halo doesn't feature like a lot of Xbox imagery, but imagine if there was a room in Halo where they have a legit Xbox. You know, like even games that are like on the N64, sometimes they have to change. Okay, that's 3 gone. That was mildly terrifying. I thought you meant a 6-foot turd. No, just you. What the fuck? Oh, I thought this shit was like merged in the ground.
Yep, retard.
How did a
finder,
rad
retard
scorpion
of the
get
day.
inside? What's going on, man?
Retard finder, retard of the day goes to Candace Owens.
I hate
No, I
this
didn't play the-
scuttling sound.
I didn't play the first Mortal Shell.
I didn't hear amazing things about it, so but I don't like.
I got
fucking
it
Souls
free on
games.
Epic. I got it free on Epic.
Souls
the
games are
first
just
one.
not my speed. I just don't like them. I just feel like you end up like they're all kind of samey. It's just genre oversaturation. You know, like you just play 5-10 different Souls games back to back. Like they're all similar enough. Like I played like 5 or 6 of them for the channel already. Like I think after a point you kind of get what the games are like, you know?
Apparently, MGS4 is running natively on modern consoles and hardware, so no emulation. It's a full port or recompiled version of the game. Very cool. Congrats to the Metal Gear dev team. They did what a lot of people.
Yeah, they
thought was
converted a
impossible.
movie.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, do you want me to lie to you? Like, MGS... How much gameplay does MGS4 really have? And I remember having this exact discussion with multiple MGS4 fans. I'm like, yes, the stealth is cool. How much of it do you get to do compared to, like, Splinter Cell? You know, like, basically none. And that's my biggest issue. Goddamn. That's my biggest issue with Metal Gear Solid, is it'll have stealth, but it just doesn't have, like, a lot of stealth. It's like, it's very wordy and not a lot of actual gameplay. And that's the irony of MGS5, is that because of the game's fucked up development, it has a ton of gameplay and very little story. It's like the anti-Metal Gear game because of its entire lore lineage. It's like, hey, what if we made a Metal Gear that's open world and you could kidnap people, and it's like Peace Walker, but like really well done. But oh, it's also not going to have all that story. It actually needed that story, funnily enough. Out of all the fucking Metal Gear games to not have story, it wasn't Peace Walker. It wasn't Portable Ops. It wasn't MGS2. Well, thank God, right? Because MGS2's story is only getting better with age. It was Metal Gear Solid 5. The conclusion, basically, to the series. Yeah, fun times. But hey, that's good. At least you get the game on disc, on console, and it runs on the Switch 2 and shit. Like, hey, you know what? Credit where credit's due. Like, I'm not going to say it's bad. But I just also don't really have much of a reason to replay Metal Gear Solid, any of them, honestly. I guess I could play them again for trophies, so I guess I could buy Metal Gear Solid for Xbox, just so I could play, you know, like 1, and... But if I play 1, it's the fucking shitty version of 1. It's not even the Twin Snakes, which ironically is the version people hate. Damn, 2 bobby pins. That is insane loot. I mean, at this point, we're kind of just getting stacked, aren't we? Alright, are we getting view botted again? How the fuck do we have 10 people on this stream? The math isn't mathing, cheat. What time is it? Is it almost 9? Nah.
Gears at 10, I take it.
Gears earlier, honestly. Because we got to make more progress. Gears 5 is a lot longer than Gears 4. I was expecting they'd be roughly about the same length. Gears 5 is fucking way
because
longer.
there's the next open world section after the one we're on, and then the linear section.
Sewer management access computer. Activate storage door. Purge. Okay. Can't
I think
purge.
a lot of game devs, the thing is, I feel like a
What
lot
the
of
fuck?
game devs should learn from like people like again, look at Sean Murray.
Oh, they're happy rad roaches. Hold on, Max. I freed a bunch of rad roaches and they were happy to get out.
Yeah, until they decide to eat you.
Bro, if you die to rad roaches, man, that's got to be embarrassing. Yeah, we're on the
Okay.
ice part of Gears 5. I've never played it, obviously, so I think that's
Let's
gonna
put
be fun.
let's put you in a situation against rad roaches. You surviving that?
I mean, are we playing by Fallout mechanics?
Yes.
Yeah, that's easy. I've never died to rad roaches in Fallout.
Okay, so not Fallout mechanics then.
Fuck you. What do you... Why would you do this? Okay, let's put you in your Oh, now they're hostile. Never mind. Die.
Well, no, I would not want to be.
Let's put you in your favorite universe. How long do you think you would last in Gears, dude?
Gears is not my favorite universe. Halo was my favorite universe, and I
Oh,
know
yeah?
for
How
a
long
fact
do you
I'm
think...
not
Yeah,
doing-
until the flood showed up. So, like, 5 minutes in? First
Yeah,
time?
I'm slitting my own throat at that point. I'm sorry.
Wow. In Halo.
Yep.
That-
I'm gonna
let's be
find
clear.
the down
He-
elite energy
Whoa,
source.
whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa,
gonna
whoa.
turn
In
that shit
Halo,
on.
in Halo, all right. No, he's not actually gonna harm himself. Okay, Max loves his life. He's a very happy guy. He's got a lot to live for.
No, when I hear that tapping and then I hear the music in my mind, I'm like, yep.
How long do you think you'd last in the Dead Space universe?
Yeah, bro, I'm throwing myself out of the airlock immediately.
You know that doesn't save you, right?
Yes, I'll die.
No, you know that doesn't save you, right? They can reanimate you. The only way to basically live in the Dead Space universe is to actually terminate and destroy your body. So it cannot be reanimated under any
So I'll jump
circumstances.
into a shock drive then.
You gotta jump into something that will legitimately eviscerate you, basically, yes. You have to get atomized. You cannot just die and have a body laying around. That's why the morgue was, like, effectively a new hive. Which I need to move over my Dead Space 2 save. Because I have hardcore, baby. Because I am hardcore. One of the few, like, super hard challenges I didn't struggle with massively, by the way. Basically, when I beat Dead Space Hardcore, I saved in incredibly stupid chapters, but I basically beat the game in one run without dying. Because at that point, I'd played the game for months. So I knew every little thing that could go wrong and could happen in the game. So because of that, I didn't need to save at the chapters I thought I would need to save at. You know, normally where you save is like... I fucking hate that. Normally where you would save is is it 6? The end of chapter 6 where you do the Iron Man jump. 11, or I guess I would argue the point where you have to break into the government sector with the big, like, rig or whatever, and then eye poke. Eye poke you want to save because it's still RNG, even if you do it really, really well. Even if you drop it only one dot at a time, there is always the chance that you might be like half a frame late and you end up shoving it into Isaac's eye and there's nothing you could do. It's very unlikely if you know what you're doing, though.
Also, waking up in the Dead Space universe would suck because if you're not one of the lucky few who's super smart, yeah, you're just dead.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it great?
I wonder if autistic people have a higher rate of survival.
Well, unfortunately, they definitely did not discuss that in the fucking game.
I mean, Strauss was pretty autistic.
Was he? Or are you just insulting him? I genuinely don't know.
Or did
And
he
again,
become
this is a game
autistic
I haven't played. When was the last time I played Dead Space 2? What the fuck was that?
Did he? Well, no. Strauss became deranged after he ended up killing his wife and child.
Remember when they franchised the shit out of Dead Space? Like, they had that shitty mobile game, a Wii rail shooter. Like, I think people
the
forget what we used to get.
iPhone
Yeah,
game
like,
where you played as a unitologist who ends up
yeah,
actually
you play as the guy that
discovering the
finds
truth.
Isaac and shit, Dana's brother or whatever. Who knows if she's telling the truth on that?
Oh,
by
that
the
was
way.
the Wii U puzzle game. Yeah.
Wii U. Oh, maybe it got
Yeah.
re-released. No, it was on Xbox. It was like a pre-order bonus or some shit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Back in the day, at least.
And then what was it? The iPhone game where you played a unitologist and you start to actually realize, oh, the unitologists are actually screwed up.
You know, I really have to preserve this for future generations. There was a time when even the B-tier franchises got this level of love. Like, I remember when they were advertising Medal of Honor, and they were talking about how, like, Medal of Honor is, like, hyper-realistic, you know, just to knock on COD, right? Because they were selling effectively multiple modern shooters at the time. And they were like, yeah, you know, unlike Call of Duty, we take it very seriously, you know? And it just sucks because I actually liked that Medal of Honor was more hardcore. Now, was it the most standout FPS campaign I've ever played? No. But FPS campaigns as a genre are, let's be fair here, pretty samey. You know, like, they kind of all do the same stuff. After Modern Warfare did its thing, you know, like, I think one of the dudes that worked on Halo Reach even came out and said, listen, we were inspired by Modern Warfare 1 and 2. And you could kind of even see the influence a little bit, you know? And you got to give them their credit, right? You got to give them their dues, because that's hard. It's a lot.
6 last mag.
Some of those campaigns are still, you know, memes to this day. Ramirez memes were everywhere. Remember back in the day when you would have, like, the color wheel behind, like, a character's face, and that was your meme? Oh, yeah, it was a crazy era for memes. That was back when the internet was still pure, man. You could go on a website, not everything was a grift to get you money, not everything was like a fucking political hit piece. You just went on a website and people talked about games. I mean, you still treated gaming media like they were scum, because they were, and they always have been and always will be. But at least you kind of enjoyed the video
Jason
games
Schreier.
for what they were. It's not even just Jason Schreier, bro. Like, when was the last time anyone took IGN seriously?
Yeah, IGN can't
Even
be taken
before
seriously
the
anymore.
Too Much Water. Do you take IGN seriously?
I'm sorry,
course
Too
not.
Much Water was too much.
They missed the whole idea. It's a duality of land and sea. Like, I don't know, man. They find people that just hate video games.
What
dude.
is it? The youthful swagger,
The exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Yeah.
I'm not reloading for this chest. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Bruh, that shit was insane.
That was racist. I mean, can we just say what it was? That was fucking racist. 100%. Now, people might not like that, but fuck you, you're wrong. That, like, what? Why couldn't you just say that Miles... You could even just get away with saying Miles has a certain swagger about him. The minute you throw on exaggerated and black teen, it just starts to sound like something I'd read on, like, a Brazzers description, you know? Like, really? This is what you wrote? You're proud of that? Like, it wasn't a shitpost, right? It's not like the game says it or something, right? Where it would be like, oh, it's contextual. No, you really wrote that and thought it was good.
I can't wait to hear what IGN has to say when Swords and Slippers releases.
Oh, they'll rate it poorly. I mean, that's what they do. They rate down chud games and they rate up slot games. Dude, if you think Wolverine is getting anything lower than a 9, you haven't been paying attention. What the fuck? Wolverine is 100% getting some, like, crazy fucking review out of IGN. Because it's a popular game. Of course it's not going to get a bad rating. Remember when they were bending over and taking it up the ass for Last of Us? Come on, man. Y'all already know this shit. God damn. Blew his shit
They gave
smooth
Battlefield.
off.
They gave Battlefield a 6. I think it was Battlefield 6 a 5 or something like that.
Oh, well, that's actually understandable, to be fair.
Okay, that was before the...
Now, let me ask a
Game
reverse
Awards.
question for anyone who might still be around in the chat, which is probably just Viv. What is a zombie plague that you would want to be infected by? Yeah, see how this is a really good question? We always talk about surviving. What's a zombie plague you would want to be infected by? Yeah, and I'll even be nice. You become the main character of it, right? Like if it gives powers or shit, you become the main character. You'll get all the stuff. You'll have a happy ending or whatever, what you want. But what would you want to be infected by? Whether you think you'll do the most damage to survivors or uninfected. Like, if I had to go first, I'd say Infamous probably goes first. And then after Infamous,
Prototype.
yeah, I mean, kinda, right? I still have to play Prototype 2. Did I ever tell you that?
You know what I was just thinking when I got home today?
I missed
Maybe I'll try to
Prototype.
play Dragon Age Origin again.
Oh, yo. Do you want me to play it, or are you playing it?
I actually want to try to play it again. I'll play it as a warrior, not a...
Oh, you're
mage.
such a fucking... I don't know what it is. This is going to sound really bad, in and out of context. But I actually like that in Dragon Age Origins, if you play an elf mage, you get, like, double discriminated against. I actually like that.
Oh, so not only are you a filthy mage, you're a filthy knife here, too.
Yes. I don't play enough zombie games to answer that. That's fair.
Leave Ferelden, you freaking you demon.
I like that mages get discriminated against, and you're an elf, and you're the savior of this land that fucking hates you and Alistair with all of its guts. The only thing is, if I'm going to play Dragon Age, and I would totally be down to play Dragon Age Origins, right, for the channel, and all the other ones, because I didn't play 2 in Inquisition,
Yeah,
I own them.
2, I feel like, 2, you'll probably like the way the whole mage discrimination is is done. Because
But I'm going to have to look
actually
up
gets
a guide
intense.
for one thing in particular in Dragon Age Origins, and that's how to get Morrigan as your lover at the end of the game, because it's very hard, and then you have to do stuff in Awakening in order to get the really good ending, where you go off with her instead. That's what I have to do. Because that is one of the few games where they introduce, like, a goth lady, and I'm actually, like, kinda into her. She's a bitch, though. But she's, like, a fun one, you know? Could be worse. It literally could be. Objectively, it could be worse. Obviously. Oh my god! Yo, I shot it right out of him. The gun is spinning off into the distance. Look at that. I think Infamous is probably by far and away the winner, because with Infamous tier powers, you could genuinely change the world for good. So it's almost like a no-brainer, even. I don't know if Devin's still here, but one of the things we definitely should play, and by we I mean me, is I should probably play like Ratchet and Clank someday. Like, I think next year we got to do all the platformers, guys. I think we got to go back to platformers. I said this year, and then we kind of got, you know, carried away with Assassin's Creed and shit. So I will finish Pokemon Sword probably this week coming, and I will definitely... Damn, those things never get me, man. And I will definitely play, what's the other one? Ten microfusion cells from what? It was a shotgun trap. Just say you will fight her? What?
Let me solo her.
What? Okay, yeah, that's why I'm gonna use a guide. I will let everyone know in the playthrough up front. By the way, you're not even supposed to get anything up here. I don't even know where the other one went, by the way. Where'd he go? There were 2 of them, and now there's only 1. Very weird. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds really stupid, and that's why I don't like Dragon Age, is unlike Mass Effect, a lot of the decisions you make in Dragon Age are, like, really stupidly phrased. You're just supposed to psychically know how they resolve.
Also, unfortunately, stuck when it comes to Dragon Age 2 because of how stupid the affinity system is. Because if you do something one character likes, the other character's
That's
not
every
gonna
Dragon
like
Age
it.
game. I mean, like, look, that's dark fantasy, like, obviously. But I do
I feel like
think there is something to
Inquisition
be
was
said
way
about that.
nicer about it.
Yeah, because it sounds like a good mechanic and then it becomes a stupid mechanic. In fact, let me save real quick just in case. It's probably not going
I
to crash.
remember this
Do I even have the
this
Dragon
dude,
Age?
this dude had a crash out once we frickin' when we were playing KOTOR 2.
I knew that was coming.
Because because of what Kreia did, he gives the homeless dude 5 credits. Kreia's like, did she
Kreia
just
phone
really
calls me, or force calls me over the fucking phone, dude.
to tell me not to give money to the homeless?
Just the
And then
fucking
he
worst bitch I've ever had the misfortune of dealing with in my fucking life.
Then it goes into what happened with Sten in Dragon Age 1. Stupid fucking Sten. I should have left him on the
Yeah, I genuinely wanted to leave him to fucking die, bro. How do you get to the store, by the way? What the fuck? How do you get to the... Here you go.
Actually,
Yeah, as you could...
surprised-
Hold on. These motherfuckers. Give me a second. Hold on. They're not actually gonna... I hate the Microsoft Store. Dude, I genuinely should just buy stuff on the PC and then download it correctly on my Xbox. Like, these dudes are insane. I guarantee you they show your fucking credit card on that screen. You're gonna have to forgive me if I don't want to show even the last 4... Why is a Black Ops 2 expansion free? Or Black Ops 2 something, the Dragon Pack? Did I buy that back in the day? Who even knows? You can't even play Black Ops 2 anymore like you used to. Damn, Inquisition is like $75 or 75% off. What is the Game of the Year edition? It has like everything in it, huh?
Yep.
Damn, okay, it's only $10. I mean, I guess I could add that. Sale ends in 2 days, sure. How do you add to cart? Oh yeah, 100% shows your cart. Thanks, guys. Fuck it. Should have played Dragon Age back in the day. I remember a couple people asking me if I would. Is there any DLC for it? Add-ons? Item
For
bundle?
Inquisition, yeah.
No, for 2.
Oh, 2?
Like any actual story DLC?
Yeah. The
'Cause
final story DLC actually leads into Inquisitions.
Legacy?
Yeah.
Fuck, why is that not on sale? Are you serious? They have like 2, maybe 3.
Legacy is essentially like what Mass Effect 2's Arrival DLC is.
They don't have it on sale, dude. Why the fuck is that not on sale? Are they for real? Why is like half of this series not on sale? Genuinely. What a what a fucking joke this is. Why is Inquisition the only one on a meaningful sale? I mean, the only DLC that's really worth it is what? Awakening? Yeah, fuck it. Dragon Ball Xenoverse? I'm not buying Veilguard. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, kind of stupid. They don't want you to customize your Inquisitor for Veilguard.
This is like one of the only good things about the Xbox is the Series X just plays like the majority of the Xbox library. It's actually really awesome that it does. Sadly, Marble Blast, what's the one I was playing a few days ago? Marble Blast, is it Ultra? They lost the rights to it, so that's why it's not on PC, or not on here anymore. Alright, well, I'll wait and see what happens later for the DLC. Obviously, we're not doing this anytime soon. I'm gonna forget to buy this shit anyway, which will be really funny, to be totally honest with you. What the fuck? That froze my stream. Okay, it should be back. We dropped. Yeah, it would. Again, when I switch to this outro stream, this scene, it just like fucking freezes. I have to fix this. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to fix it because it never happens with the intro, only the outro. So I'm gonna just have to rebuild it piece by piece and just remove shit. And we might just have Samus standing there looking at nothing, genuinely. Yeah, if my stream freezes and I'm obviously not done with the stream, it's probably because I switched to that by accident, and I didn't mean to. You know what's crazy? Narg always misses Fallout Fridays. In fairness, we kind of just roam around while I rant about whatever's going on, but, I mean, we're gonna get to the end of that. Like, there's not really a lot left to really roam around and do. Like, so maybe next week we actually start doing the main story. Oh, hello, you did not roar right away. That's fantastic. So yeah, that's what we'll probably do. Damn, it didn't kill him. Obviously, this dude's dead. Oh, fuck. Terrible shotgun? Might be a little bit better. Oh, fuck, they got two ways to come up. Damn. Remember when we were playing Medieval? I kind of thought about, like, why didn't they port or make a remake of Medieval 2? Like, Sony has just been fumbling, man. I don't know. Like, why would you remake Medieval 1 and then be like, okay, well, we won't remake Medieval 2? I don't even know, man. It's a very depressing state of affairs with gaming, Sony, etc. Like, you kind of want to root for them to fix their shit because they have a lot of iconic franchises, and then they just let them die routinely. So it's like, well, who cares then? It's very hard to care about something that'll be gone in like 5 years.
Apparently, From Software did not just Dark Souls. I found out, well, 2 years ago they made a game for Gundam Unicorn that wasn't released in the US. They also did this series of mech crossover games called Another Century's Episode. I'm like, damn, From Software.
Yeah, From Software's made a lot. It's just I didn't hear about them until Dark Souls. But they've made a lot of games with a lot of stuff. What a shame. Remember when you would look at someone's like gamer score and you look at their like Xbox game collection and you would get to see like a whole bunch of stuff about them that it was just cool. Like you would play COD and you would like look at people's shit. You're like, damn, everyone's playing the same games, man. It was a good feeling. It was a good time. It's like Obi-Wan when he's telling Luke about what Anakin was like in that one fan movie. Do you remember that shit? What was my father like? And he's just having flashbacks to the Clone Wars. Yeah. You could almost cry to some of that, honestly. You know that, right?
Like when you play Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and then you see that picture of Anakin and Obi-Wan with the clone troopers.
Just depressing, man. Like fan Star Wars stuff. Like normally I don't care about like fan fiction or whatever, Star Wars might be one of the only things where the fan shit is genuinely better than the main shit. Like, I actually was feeling, like, the sadness, man. I was like, dude, what kind of haircut is that? Dude, how tough is his face? What the fuck are we talking about? Ah, it's my energy weapons is just too high, that's why. If my energy weapons wasn't so good, they would take way less damage. What? He instantly transmitted. Thanks. What? And that's why they added a melee, by the way. Ah, fuck. Look at this. Yo, he mowed him the fuck down. Uh-oh. Critical. Ah! That's it. Okay, very nice. I can't carry the minigun.
And that's the way power armor works. That's all I'm for.
It's more like I'm already carrying too much filth. Damn!
All for it's like I gotta get all these parts to repair it. Now I gotta find all the replacement.
Technically, I'm in combat. That's why they're not letting me level up.
Mix and match. Damn, I want to put a jetpack on my power armor now.
Yeah, Fallout 4 with its power armor shit is truly wacky. Devin's back. Welcome back. I guess we'll ask you the same question, Devin. If you had to be infected by one fictional plague, virus, whatever, what would it be and why? And yes, you become the main character, you get all the stuff, right? Whatever is whatever. But why? What would it be and why is the real question. Me, I said the Infamous shit, and then kind of Prototype. Infamous is just a little bit more lighthearted a bit. But I feel like that's like kind of reasonable. Fallout 4 Power was an incredible idea, just not working. Yeah, it was okay. At least you could really tweak armor. That kind of helped out a bit. I like that you could build stuff and customize it. That was kind of fun. That's always fun in a game when you can make your own armor and shit. Like, I'll give Skyrim that. Even if it led to many, many, many exploits. First thought did go to Prototype. I like how it's just Infamous and Prototype, by the way. Over and over. Probably the two universes where you could actually still kind of be you. And you're not like a decaying, rotting flesh mass. God damn.
You wouldn't want the powers that the Secretary of Defense Simmons had, where he like Roblox into a fucking T-Rex.
I like how you said Roblox, like it was a fucking Lego build, and he just like assembles them. No, I would prefer. No, it could be like any Resident Evil virus. It could be any fictional virus that gives superpowers or whatever reason, right? I'll even let you include, for example, if Warlord was here, he could tell you like the fucking One Wish Willow from fucking Obsession. I don't know, fucking whatever would, you know, changes you as a person. And it, you know, it's not like some kind of implant or something like Deus Ex, because that's too easy.
Imagine if you could
Dude,
transform.
what the flaming fuck was that?
Imagine being able to
What
like
the fuck?
transform into a tyrant at will.
Ah! Dude! Stop throwing grenades! You're gonna kill all of us, asshole! What is going on? This is like a Call of Duty mission. Oh, because someone's shooting an RPG at me.
I remember when I played Fallout 4, and then I encountered that fucking, what is it, that Deathclaw with the, when I had the power armor, I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's
Jeez, man, what in the fuck just happened? That was insanity. This dude blew up like every single possible thing around me. To cause maximum carnage. I think they made it too abundant, too powerful, so you either used it. Yeah, for power armor, I guess. Yeah, like I feel like it just became something you just end up like remember when I had like a whole parking lot's worth of power armor at the end of the game? It doesn't feel special, you know? Like if I feel like what would make it better is if you just had one suit and you just modified it if you wanted to use it.
I mean, you also ended up, you could also give that power, those power armors to your companions.
Yeah, but
That's
it
what
just
I
ends
did.
up being unnecessarily clunky. It just becomes a whole system, you know?
That's what I did, especially like if I had someone like Piper come with me to like the radiation lane.
Did I ever meet Piper? We met that Irish woman at the end, and I think we reloaded an earlier save. And I was like, again, they need to let me romance my companions, dude. Like, yeah, business and pleasure. Yeah, you guys are boring. I want to fuck my companions. Don't care. I said it. I'll die on this hill. Mass Effect understood the assignment.
What?
Fallout,
You
the
can
FEV
romance.
for supermutant stuff like in 1 and 2 literally made you a superhuman. I can work with that? Okay.
You can romance your companions in Fallout 4.
You can?
Yes.
What? Wait,
Yes.
you can?
Yes,
no one in
I
my chat
romanced
told me?
Piper.
Oh, y'all are evil.
Surprised you didn't know.
Can I get a black screen where it's implied we fuck? I'm gonna remember this chat. Y'all betrayed me.
I
It's
think,
over.
what was it?
It's
Starfield
fucking
does
over.
it where, like, if you have a romance companion and they sleep with you, you, like, get, like, +5 the experience for being well rested.
It literally... Oh yeah, it did prompt me for Hancock. Wait, why did I not have any women? Did I not take any female companions? Was my entire playthrough just the boys?
Yeah,
Wait,
'cause
for
Piper
real?
is one of the companions you can take, too.
Did I meet Piper?
You meet her when you go to the stadium place.
I don't remember this.
Outside of it, yeah, because she ends up being kicked out.
What? Yeah, the only thing I got to fuck was the stupid robot in Far Harbor. Which was an accident.
I'm sorry, would you like to repeat that again?
Yes, so there's a conversation where you flirt with like a robot that thinks she's like a famous actress from back in the day. And if you just do the nice convo option, which is just like light flirting, the game is immediately like, yes, let's fuck. And I was like, what? I'm about to die. What? From what? Bro, what is this guy using? Curie, whoever that redhead was that I met, man, that was some good shit. Listen, I am very much partial to redheads. 100%. If you're the redder your hair is naturally, bro, now that's a time when you add me on Discord.
Look at I say. Every man's got his Achilles heel.
Yes, you can find Piper right outside the main gates of Diamond City arguing with the security guard during your first visit.
Well, I don't remember any
After
of
helping
that.
her get inside, meet her at her newspaper office. Public occurrence.
Oh, it's the news lady. That's who it is. Okay, I
Yes.
remember her now. I didn't see the way. I didn't remember the name. That's all. All right, you got me.
Let me see what else. Romanceable. Yeah, Fallout 4 features 8 romanceable companions. Kate, Curie, the weird robot, the healing robot, Paladin Dance, John Hancock, Robert McCready, Piper Wright, Preston Garvey, and Porter Gage.
Do you have to be monogamous in Fallout 4?
I believe so, yes.
Fuck. I mean, listen, if my wife is dead, man, I mean, like, it is fair game. Well, I guess for Valentine's Day, we'll go back to Fallout 4, and that'll be the Valentine's Day special.
No, you do not have to be monogamous to romance characters in Fallout 4. No exclusivity. You can romance multiple available companions at the same time without breaking your existing relationships.
Hilarious. Let's fucking go. All right, someone remind me, in February, we're going to have
Watch
a
your
Fallout
surroundings.
4... We're going to have
Do
a
not
Fallout
trigger-
4 Valentine's Day special.
Do not trigger a final romance or flirt dialogue right in front of another companion you are already dating, as they may react negatively or dislike the action.
Okay, so we just keep them in different settlements. Let's go. Alright, so we just have to fuck them in different settlements. Gotcha.
Yeah, somebody's like, I currently have Preston Garvey as a boyfriend, but now I have Curie as Synth, and she's less annoying and cooler. Can I get her as a girlfriend too? Somebody's like, yes, I set them up in different settlements and pray Trash Can Carla keeps her mouth shut.
I'm not a bot humper. Oh my god. This dude acts like I was a fucking 2B simp.
Listen, bro.
The only time I ever found 2B attractive was when a person I know who was super attractive cosplayed her. I told that story before. Now that was like one of those moments, like that was like a Narg moment in my brain. I was like, what the fuck? Don't cross these wires in my head. Stop. And, but you know, it's like one of those things, like, you ever seen like a game or a movie where the character's like, get it off! Ah! They're all over me! Like Nicolas Cage in The Wicker Man? Yeah, that's basically, that was me. I was like, how the fuck is this happening?
Oh! Wow. You want to know what makes a Curie romance less weird?
I'm worried, but are you gonna spoil it for me? Max, I'm doing it on Valentine's Day. If these... Yeah, can you remind me, Max, on Valentine's Day that this is my Valentine's Day special? Because I'm gonna forget. Congratulations, guys. Everyone
Just
who wants
raise
more
her
Fallout
affinity.
4, you're gonna get more Fallout 4. You're welcome.
You raise her affinity, you'll be prompted to... It'll prompt, but yeah.
Okay,
So,
then there you go. Let's go, baby. It's
man,
fucking
fuck the
time.
robot
dude.
from the DLC, bro.
Well, I was an accident. It's not my fault she's a loose floozy. I would have said no.
Have you seen the robots in Fallout in the DLC?
Dude, listen. All I'm saying is that if I look at a woman, right, and I say, you know, I think you're really cute. I love the way that your hair looks. I think it's really wavy and smooth. Like, the next thing shouldn't be, come up to my room, big boy. Like that's weird, man. Like, talk to me. Like, come on, man. You didn't even buy me dinner first.
I was walking home from work today.
This is a great
This
story
dude-
in the making.
This dude saw this random chick walk in front of me. He's like, "Yo, I like your overbite. I think it's cute." I'm like, "What the
Yo,
actual?"
Yo, you want to talk about feet dudes and armpit dudes? We were talking about that earlier, bro. How about overbite dudes? Like, I'm glad. Like, look, when you really like someone, everything they do is like a plus in your head. It's the best part about human sexuality and the worst part about human sexuality, 100%. Like, even the stupid things they do will be like a yes, like a forward, onward, march.
Listen, be an evolved species. Be an evolved
Impossible.
individual. Like
can't.
thighs.
Oh, Lord. You have to successfully
Thighs.
flirt? Ah. Well, we'll just save scum it, which is the one plus that you can't do in real life. If you could save scum real life, I mean, you
doesn't
just have a
Fallout 4
perfect
let
life.
you save scum?
Yeah, you just save before you talk to them. You could even save in the dialogue prompt. Unlike Mass Effect, where they disable it for obvious reasons. I just have to remember that's my Valentine's Day special because I'm 100% gonna forget. It's gonna be really funny when I forget to.
You're not gonna play the Lollipop Chainsaw and
No, I
relive the
didn't know it
romance?
was the date prompt. It was like just a romance. I just was flirting with her, man. Damn, the one time I mac it to anybody in a video game and this is what happens. That's bullshit.
Yeah, you macked it to a clanker.
I didn't know.
Fucking clanker lover.
I don't love clankers. Unless they look like 2B. Or that one chick I know.
Or
Then
E.
then I am a clanker lover. I'm a clanker fucker at that point. Yes, I will
Or
be.
E from Stella Blade.
Yeah, maybe. Or EV. Who cares?
Whoa. You can't say that.
Yeah, I can. The fuck? Man,
Yeah, no,
the
you
fact
can't,
that the
dude.
entire internet broke over that shit is so stupid. You guys are giving these motherfuckers way too much clout, way too much power. They knew what they were doing, and motherfuckers fell for it because they're so anti-male, so anti-anything. It's just Mandalore Gaming uploaded a Bioshock review?
All of us here thank you for
Oh, shit.
everything you've done.
Oh, shit.
For us.
I wish we could all watch it on stream. I wouldn't do that to Mandalore, but I guess Max and I are gonna watch that,
Please
man.
take it. With our thanks.
Have you played Bioshock?
Mandalore. I played Infinite.
Ah, shit. Didn't know I saw GLaDOS like that? No.
No, I've seen gameplay of 1 and 2, so it's fine. Well, I've seen the story for 1 and 2, but like, funny enough, Infinite's gameplay was very interesting.
Infinite was one of the few games I beat that was a new game and I didn't die in. Not even once. That was like a textbook example of like a modern day like piss baby easy game, which is kind of funny, all things considered.
Yeah, Infinite was a good game.
Oh yeah, I
I
should
wish I
probably
could
say
hear-
that. It was a good game, by the way. When I described that, I'm only using it to say it was a relatively easy game. As
I
well.
just wish I didn't hear certain things that I heard from certain fans of the game.
Oh, you mean what they did to Elizabeth and all those?
Yeah.
Yep, I was just talking about that not that long ago.
Shit like that, bro. Like,
What do you mean, man? They listen. He asked for. Let's be fair. He asked for it. He got what. Listen, I'm a huge. I need a pressure cooker, by the way. I'm a huge believer in don't ask for the answer to questions that you're not prepared for. I macked a human brain in a jar. Well, what's the difference between macking it to a human brain in a jar and a human brain in a flesh prison? Why is this barrel just rolling? What the fuck? What's the difference? Can you explain that to me? Ugh. I used to do Valentine's Day specials, but there's not enough romance games. Oh, you know what I also have to do? Ash is not here, obviously, because this is a Fallout stream. I'm going to play some of those Otome games, or whatever they're called, that Ash really likes. Because she asked me to play them, and I bought them, so I might as well play them. So yes, we will play Code Realize, I Found a Husband in All Seasons, Now Please Knock Me Up edition, or whatever. Basically, the Japanese version of Minotaur Milking Farms. Dude, it's not. Oh my god, please.
it would really mention Minotaur Milking Farm.
What do you want me to say? 50 Shades of Grey is lame, man. You know what they really should have done to really get motherfuckers onto 50 Shades of Grey? They should have had the opposite of 50 Shades of Grey, where you're like just some average Joe Blow in a shitty job, and you get into like a crazy relationship with like literally Sasha Grey. Like 100%. And no, that is not a cue to play the sound clip because I'm on stream. Thank you very much. I'll let you play it afterwards when we're done, though, because that shit is funny.
What's that one picture of that girl reading? Girl reading on the plane. That she's reading
Yeah, she's
Werewolf.
crying. Yeah, don't say the whole name of it, but it was really funny.
Werewolf.
It was really funny, bro. It was like Werewolf Grape Super Deluxe Edition. Listen, man, here's the honest truth, guys. everyone's a gooner deep down, all right? Like, I personally do not have a problem with people being gooners. What I have a problem with is when people try to lie and police gooning. That's what I have a problem with, right? Within reason, obviously. You know, the stuff that's off limits, but just within reason, you know? Like, that's what I have a problem with. I have a problem when people try to pretend like people are evil for the most tame bullshit. So, yeah. AI relationships are on the rise, are on the surge, and it's scary. Well, the only reason why AI relationships are even going up at all is because real relationships are becoming rarer and rarer and harder to keep. I mean, do you want to step into the dating market with all the hypergamous women, the bitchy women, the terrible people out there that are there to manipulate you? Or do you just want an AI that you only have to participate as much as you see fit? Like, remember, like the average male experience on a dating app is basically just a massive time waster. You know, like, it's just not even worth the time that you spend to even do it. So, like, I kind of understand why dudes are like, I just would rather talk to an AI. But if that's what you want to do, then don't have a girlfriend and talk to an AI girlfriend, right? Like make up your mind. You can only pick one, right? If you want to be with an AI girlfriend, then be with an AI girlfriend. If you want to try with a real woman, try with a real woman. But don't do both, right? That's the one thing I don't like. Don't play both sides of the fence. Don't monkey branch. Don't lead people on. But, like, the only people take the path of least resistance. So if it was easy to get a human girlfriend, people would do it. You know, like, people would just do it. They would just simply go in and they would go on a date or two or whatever. But nowadays, you have to, like, pre-select people purely based off of, like, you know, like, hey, does she really like me, or is she just using me for a meal ticket? You know, and no one wants to be used for a meal ticket. That's awful. But that's the kind of thing that, you know, is commonplace now, is that people get used for meals, for food, for tickets to things. Like, no one wants to be used like that. So I think it's kind of understandable and reasonable when dudes are like, well, I don't know if I want to participate in that. That's why Hinge is failing. Or rather, that's why Hinge had to change their bullshit.
Just go on Bumble.
Or sorry, Bumble. Sorry, Bumble. Bro, using dating apps might be one of the most depressing things, because 99% of the time it's just bots, and the one time that you even get a message from someone, they never message you back. They're not even interested in getting to know you. Well, what could be a more depressing experience as a man than literally not even being seen as someone, you know, that someone could even talk to and approach?
Thanks.
By the way, all of society fucking demonizes you to begin with. So yeah, is it any surprise that people want to bang robots and they can't wait for AI bots? Is that even like a remote surprise? If anything, it's probably one of the most straightforward and direct things I've ever seen happen. Nobody wants to be someone's second, third, fourth, fifth option. Like, you know, you get messages from random people from your past, and it's kind of like, well, wait a minute, now you want to try a relationship? Like, where were you 10 years ago when I said, hey, let's try it? You know, it just makes you feel like, unfortunately, like a kind of a piece of meat. And no one wants to feel that way. Women don't want to feel like a piece of meat. And by the way, these guys are lying in ambush outside of fucking Rivet City.
Well, what's that AI picture with the woman holding up a sign looking for a man who's 6 feet tall while the dude is just walking?
Yeah, and
with
like
his
if you're
girlfriend?
below 5'9" as a man, you're basically pre-fucked. Like, you're pre-cooked. Like, who wants to live that, man? That's fucked up. You can't change your height, but people can change their weight. We don't ever get on people enough for that. And on top of that, if your bitch is on TikTok, you might want to consider leaving at this point. Because that
So, what do you think of the Lindsay Clancy?
Yeah, like
case?
that's getting how are you gonna have a kid with someone who supports a child murderer? It doesn't even make sense. It's impossible.
You see, I
Dating
know
market
she
is
killed her
pre-cooked,
children.
man.
I know she killed her children, but okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hope
but
we never do
the
this
butt
again.
there is insane. If the butt isn't, but I think we need to pay more attention to mental health. Like, then, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, she had a nanny, she had therapy, Husband helped her. She had every possible thing to
He
help
was
her out.
literally working from home and still working enough
Yeah,
so
he
that
took
she doesn't
paternity
have to.
leave, and it was nothing would help. Nothing helps, man. So good luck with that. Good luck finding someone, I guess.
And then now women are making a big deal about him being caught with a different woman.
Caught with a different woman, he remarried. I got caught with my current wife. You know, the wife I got after my last wife killed my children. Yeah, what a great tagline. What a fucking fantastic tagline they put it. Yeah, the tabloids live up to their names a lot. Plenty of short guys getting relationships. I know we meme, but a lot of it is internet performing a psyop. I know a ton of short dudes that are not in relationships. And the number one thing they say is they'll say, like, I'm 5'3", I'm 5'6", and that is an automatic disqualifier. Now, again, you're right. It's not like a complete guaranteed failure, but if you're 6 foot, I mean, we just have the statistics from dating sites. If you're 5'11" or higher, you are just in a better position to get someone to say yes than someone who is like 5'7" or lower. And it is literally an immutable change. You cannot change that. Okay, he's running. Goodbye. Okay, what was I doing? Bro, you cannot... What? What the fuck is this? Like, dudes get turned down on everything under the fucking sun, man. You get turned
Man is
down
also
for your...
defending his wife. Man is also kind of defending his ex-wife too, and he's still being demonized
Well, of
for
course
it.
he is, because they've already made up their minds. The court of public opinion has already said he's guilty. How? Who knows? He's just guilty.
You see, he's a Gemini, so he
Yeah,
totally.
he's a Gemini, so she couldn't have done it because Leos would never. It's got to be like some. I could believe it was a psyop, but they got these fucking women lining up outside the courthouse. Like, so come on. Like, at some point, you just have to believe that motherfuckers are crazy in America, man. At some point, you just have to believe that they're just crazy and there's something wrong with them, man. You just have to believe that something is really pre-cooked. And maybe we're focusing on the wrong group saying that they're getting radicalized. Maybe TikTok is radicalizing tons of women.
Did you hear about that guy Spray and Pray and his like stream buddy
I like how
Animal
you're
Taku?
intentionally coming down with me on this, but I appreciate it, brother, actually. Because
like
Max
talk
can
about how
just
Lindsay
disavow
is
me.
innocent? Like, oh my god.
Yeah, no,
like,
she's
how
guilty
did
as
they?
fuck, sorry.
Lindsay Clancy is a citizen of the earth.
You're the worst. You're the worst person I've ever met in my life.
remember-
my cortisol is spiking right now because he's
I
doing
remember
this.
playing Spider-Man 2018, and there's a random car chase that happens, and then the carjacker's like, "You can't arrest me. I'm a citizen of the earth." I'm like, "What?" the
Yeah, remember when they used to fucking make fun of that shit, and now people are dead serious about it?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of weird shit's happening.
Damn, look at this.
Yeah, we have sympathy for the woman who killed her 3 kids and handicapped herself.
Listen, man, Chris Benoit's only sin at that point is just being a man. Like, let's just be honest. The only thing Chris Benoit did wrong was to be a man. If he was a woman, they would have gotten away with it. Or he would have had at least a bunch of people sympathizing with him.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling men.
Remember the TikTok psychic who tried to predict who the murderer was on that? I remember that. Like, she got, like, ratioed or something. I didn't really follow it too much. Because usually TikTok shit I just write off as just crazy bullshit. I usually don't pay a lot of attention to TikTok anything because I just think TikTok is a shitty fucking app.
This shit is even worse because you have licensed medical professionals like therapists.
Yeah, you have real therapists, man. Then they wonder why people think therapy's a fucking joke, dude. They have real therapists on there saying she didn't do anything wrong. Like murdering your kids is just, you know, your kids could be 5 years old and you taking them out of this world is just late-term healthcare. Like, they're taking my joke, which is was, at least when I made it before I knew about this trial, was a complete over-exaggeration of modern-day politics. And they're actually unironically suggesting that you should literally delete young people. Like, who are already born. They're 5. They're going to kindergarten.
Carrying their kids with the caption "Same Lindsay."
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's just an attention trend. I mean, like, realistically, This
I'm
is
like,
just
yo,
something people are
CPS,
doing.
are you guys watching this?
Yeah, like CPS need to be on that shit, bro. But like, this is just people doing it for attention, you know? Like that's really why they're doing it, is because there's, even when it's bad, like, we reward people with attention. And that's the problem, is that we don't punish people for bad behavior, and we don't reward people for good behavior. Social media rewards people for bad behavior. It just does.
Can we please make sure these hacks who got fired from Bethesda can't ruin another good game?
Bethesda ruins
Franchise.
its own games, brother. No, you could understand why someone did something.
Yes.
What the fuck is
There's
he carrying?
nothing wrong.
Yeah, like,
there's
you can
nothing
understand
wrong
why
with
she
that.
did it, but she did it. You can understand whichever case, right? There's enough evidence for all this. Carmelo Anthony was
But-
the same shit. How literally OJ Simpson 2.0, bro. Literally OJ Simpson 2.0.
And
Same
Carmelo
shit.
Anthony was stalking his girlfriend and talked about, I'm gonna stab somebody. I swear, the next person I see, I'm gonna stab him or something like that.
Bro, there's so much wrong with how certain groups just excuse bad behavior from their own participants. This guy is running and throwing grenades at me. That's a very interesting strategy, but he's very bold about it, so I have to give him some credit for it.
Banana. Yeah, I remember seeing gameplay for Serious Sam, the 3D Serious Sam, and you just see one of the alien dudes coming at you while carrying grenades, and they're just yelling. I'm like, wow, people really like this.
Yeah, why not? It's fun. Oh, is this thing gonna blow up? Yes, it did, and that hurt me from all the way back here, by the
What was
way.
the other shooter by Epic? The first person, Bulletstorm or something like that?
I never played Bulletstorm, so that's
Yeah,
probably
never
high
getting
on the
a
to-do
sequel.
list. Yeah, of course it's not. That was back when they used to try weird things.
I think Steve Blum voiced a character for that game, voiced the main
Yeah,
character.
people use flock cams. Yeah, that's true. That's the new thing now, is we use flock cams, and they immediately started tracking their exes. We're on some legitimate Watchdog shit. I mean, what's the difference between flock cams and what was it in Watch Dogs? The AI shit that they were using, that Bloom was
Oh.
using, CTOS, right? CTOS? I forget what they called it.
Yeah,
something like
CTOS,
that.
I think it is.
Yeah, well, what's the difference between flock and CTOS? It's the same shit. Yeah, they're all victim. No one's ever a victim, but then the dude that was literally innocent and objectively could not have done it, he's guilty.
Beware, where I shall destroy you with the fire of the small sun before me. Beware, where... What's the further?
Again,
Okay, sure.
man, screams of terror were so traumatizing they couldn't release it to the public.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As I said,
Oh,
most,
my favorite.
most people, as you yourself know personally, nobody really cares what dudes go through. They just don't.
Oh, my favorite. Patrick Clancy's DNA was on the ropes, not Lindsay's.
Yeah, and they're hanging themselves out of fucking rooftops, or what was it, out of windows? Oh,
Yeah,
brother, dude.
One woman wasted a good ass steak for some strange
Oh,
reason.
no,
I'm
fuck
like,
the steak, dude. You see them hanging out of these fucking windows, man? This shit is so stupid,
just
man.
imagine that one,
It's so
dude.
dumb.
Just imagine that one dude walking by the house, seeing this woman try to hang herself out the window, just to show like
Yeah,
how.
like you
just
see
to
someone
say
hanging out a
Lindsay
window,
is-
like what your first thought is to probably call the fucking, like, the fire department or something.
No,
like,
I'm
what's
talking
wrong
about
with her?
first asshole who decides to throw a rock at her head.
Oh my god, dude, that shit is so funny, man. When I saw that, I was like losing my mind.
Oh, my favorite. What was I saying? Yeah, my favorite one. What I've been hearing lately. Oh, Patrick Clancy's DNA was found on the ropes, not Lindsay's. It's like, yes, because he was the one who let the kid.
It's
who
just
took it off
ignoring
the
fucking
kids.
evidence, dude. Like, do you understand that people just ignore evidence? Like, you could literally watch the court case in real time and just know that what they're saying is a lie or wrong, and it's
And
just
apparently,
not
the
true.
defense is also cutting off witnesses' statements.
Because they know there's
whenever
not
they're
much of a
caught.
defense. They're not even arguing if she did it or not. They're arguing that she was under duress or whatever. They're not arguing whether or not she did it. So she's done it. Like, that's already a done deal. We're like, that's the difference. It's like how bad the fucking Carmelo Anthony trial was, honestly. They knew they really didn't have anything. They had to suggest that this dude fell on the fucking knife. That's how you know they were cooked.
Yeah, imagine being on the jury for when he says that too. I just be bewildered, and I look at the judge like, you
Here
really
comes
just
your
gonna
King
continue-"
Radroach. Do I want to know what a King Radroach is? Am I gonna be? Do I need an adult? Is it Nightmare on Elm Street? I'm scared.
I am Cornholio.
Trees.
Okay.
So many trees. To the north.
I need pee-pee from my bumhole.
And the trees.
You're the worst.
Give me TP for my bumhole. I am Cornholio.
You know, legend has it the M&M TV stood for music.
MTV also used to have Beavis shows like Beavis and Butthead too.
I miss it.
And,
I miss
you know
the 2000s.
there was nothing wrong with that. There was.
I never
remember.
said there was.
I remember MTV used to have these segments like where they show all play music videos.
Oh!
Like
I miss the 2000s, man. Listen, there is no one that wishes they could go back to the 2000s. What the fuck was that? You saw the game glitched? The Roach King? Why is Asmongold in this game? Can you explain that to me? Am I gonna have to have an Elden Ring style boss fight against Asmongold?
oh my god.
Gonna have to deal with ads, man. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Every time a fucking raid fight has ads, you have to understand it genuinely raises my blood pressure maybe like 20 points.
Do you imagine what an Elden Ring boss fight against Hassan would be?
Fuck, we have 2 Roach Kings. Damn. That's fucking nuts. Roach King is on the plains. Should I look it up? Am I gonna be thoroughly grossed out by this? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just keep playing the game and enjoying it like I've already been. You guys are promising me a bad time. Hold on. The worst people you know are fighting? Bro, you have bigger issues than me. Yeah, there you go. Fight. I love how many people are just huge fans of Fallout. This is like a very weird series. I like Fallout fans more than Elder Scrolls fans. I feel like Elder Scrolls fans are like kind of super weirdos, but Fallout fans are like kind of fun. You know, like maybe it's just because I know more Fallout fans than Elder Scrolls like fanboys. Something like that. Oh, he does have ads. I told you. What am I supposed to do, man? Very nice. I like how my inventory stays full 100% of the time, by the way. Okay. I fucking hate Radroaches. Something about the way bugs scuttle, it triggers some, like, primal, like, you know, like how the monkey brain is still active millions of years later and there's nothing you could do to stop it? That's, like, I can't help it. It just
bugs for me.
It just does something to my psyche in a way that I am incredibly
I'm one of those
with.
people where it's like, it has to be the amount of legs that scares me.
It's the
Because if
eyes,
I-
man. A fucking rad scorpion snuck up on me not even a few hours ago.
Oh, it's in your face like that episode of SpongeBob with the butterfly.
Yes, it basically came right behind me, like kind of stealthily because I was fighting something else, and I fucking yelped. I did not
No.
clip it. So
What is
well.
it?
It's lost to
When
the stream.
When I play Halo and there's a flood mission where you see the pure forms that when they get killed, the little ones come out. I'm like, I'm sorry, the lack of face just fucking scares me. They just waddle towards you.
Like, y'all gonna have to make up your minds. Do you want games where you see, like, a lot of gruesome bullshit? Like, don't you think you should see, like, some crazy shit happen to you in, like, a horror game? Like, there's an Aliens game where you get face-huggered and, like, you wake up and then you walk for, like, a minute and then, like, you just get chest bursted. And then you die that way.
Yeah, what is it? Freaking like fucking Dead Space. Like, what did the Dead Space remake change? Oh, how freaking Mercer dies.
I don't even remember how they changed it, honestly. It's
So
been too
remember in
long.
the original, he ends up getting infected by one of the necromorphs, so you end up killing him, or you can kill him before he turns into a necromorph.
Yeah? What did they do in the remake? I can't even remember.
He essentially gets grabbed by the Leviathan and just
Does?
like dragged into a hole.
Oh, that's... whatever. That's kind
Yeah,
of...
it was kind of lame.
I like that he willingly gave himself to it at the end. It was like a complete crazy, like, devoted fuck. That
No,
shit was
the
cool.
remake did something good in the sense of like when you enter the room and he stasis you and he's talking the entire time, and then he leaves you in the room with the regenerator as it's ready to come out.
Goodbye, Clark.
Goodbye, Mr. Clark. On the topic of one Nolan Strauss and Isaac Clarke. I liked what they did to the Nicole thing in the Dead Space remake, and my thing is, I wish they would remake. I
I
don't
don't know
think
why
2
they
needs
made her
a
look so
remake.
fucking old, though, in the remake. They made Nicole look like a fucking mommy MILF. I don't know why they
Yeah,
did
that's
that.
my thing. It's like
Did they
I
just,
don't
like,
want to say
scan
it's
her
the
face
engine.
wrong? Like, I'm sure it's a lovely lady, but why was Nicole picked to be such an older woman? It's
Because
just
I think
kinda...
Kendra looked younger.
Kendra looked more, like, I guess, realistic, which is the plus. But I don't know. That was kind of weird. That was a weird choice, in my opinion. Definitely not a huge fan of it, but at the same time, it didn't ruin the game or anything. It was just a weird... Again, Dead Space 1 is one of those games I played a shit ton of. So any, like, small changes like that, I'm very, very, very sensitive to. Like, I will notice it immediately. Because I remember getting Dead Space 1 and Call of Duty 4 back in the day. Whew.
I like
Summer
what they did.
2009 was crazy, man. I was playing COD 4 so fucking much, man.
I like what they did with the Nicole change when you encounter her on the Ishimura, and like the whole plot twist that happens. I like that change.
There's a couple good changes in the remake. Yeah, I'll give the remake its stars and stripes. But I will say, like, there are points where I think, you know, it's like Resident Evil, right? It's like if I had to rate Resident Evil 4, Black Flag, and Dead Space.
Apparently, also,
Well, Resident Evil 4, I would say, definitely changed the most between its original and its remake, for better or for worse. Then it would be Dead Space, which changed certain things, but otherwise left most of them untouched. Black Flag is the most true to its original incarnation. Which one's the best? Now that's hard to say. I don't know for sure which one of them would be the best. I think Dead Space had the segments that sucked the hardest, changed the most efficiently. I think Dead Space definitely patched up a lot of the things that were really shit. And then Black Flag, there's not really much to change in Black Flag because it kind of was fine. It just... Actually, Black Flag's changes are the worst because they've removed any difficulty out the game by removing the ability to fail any mission. We gotta start ranking some of these remakes, man. As much as I hate remake culture. Which one was the best? I think Dead Space remake.
yes. And
Outside
we all
of the
know
new
though.
engine
We all
room,
know.
the new engine room is the worst part of the game. But that's the only really, truly bad
Is that
part
because of the lighting?
And that's because of
Oh,
the
like-
instant fucking death. They turned it into an instant death fuckfest. It's terrible.
What is it? I know the one change we were all happy for
The
was that
turret
on
sequences?
PC? Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
turret
that's what I was really referring to, is the turret sequences being gone. Like, you could get good at them, they're just not fun. You know, like, it's basically just not a very fun segment. Ugh, I have something in my eye. Very nice. Oh, Lord. It's really in there. Ugh. Ugh. What is the replacer for spiders? I don't get that. Like when, like the Harry Potter thing where they give them like a. Oh shit.
Yeah, no. My thing is, I feel like Dead Space 3 definitely needs a remake.
Dead Space 3 needs to have the original vision, and then if they just don't want to make a fucking fourth game, then just give a happy ending and just never make another one.
I feel like you can
Stupid.
have the Carver sections. It's just, it's kind of stupid that you're locked out of it.
Why don't you just have fucking you switch to Carver? Like, why doesn't it just become like a Resident Evil segment where you play as like Carlos? Like, why don't you switch between Isaac and then just have Carver? You don't have to make the Carver shit really hard. Just give him a fair amount, let him fight some enemies, and then just call it a day. I don't know. Like, it seems really silly to me. So, like, you have a good idea, and it's like, well, Isaac fights, you know, the normal stuff, and they ignore Carver because they're trying to, like, convert him or whatever. Like, that was, like, a cool idea. You never really see that kind of stuff. Ugh.
Oh, what was the other change they did for 3? They changed the weird children, the weird kid
The
enemies
dogs,
with the
yeah.
yeah. Now,
Whatever.
I wasn't making a big deal about that change.
But it's like on top of it's one of those things that by itself wouldn't be that big of a deal, but on top of everything else, it makes it kind of worse.
Yeah, because the thing is, I didn't care much, but then I understood why everybody else was making a big deal.
They just took all the horror out of Dead Space. I don't know if these dudes thought they were selling fucking Call of Duty or whatever, but they did not. They obviously didn't know what they were fucking selling, which is really kind of depressing when you remember
The original,
how much they sold Dead Space 2, and then what they did to Dead Space 3 should be a crime.
the marketing for Dead Space 2 was insane
They
too. Remember when
genuinely
they had
understood that they were selling a horror game, which by definition means it's not going to sell as much. And then they just decided to fucking quit. It just made no sense to me.
I don't know, was it for Dead Space 2 where they had like the mothers reacting to it? And they're like, oh my god!
Yeah, like they knew what they were doing. They were playing into a lot of things. So that's why it's just a shame. It's such potential just thrown away for no fucking reason, man.
And then the freaking love triangle plotline in 3.
Yeah, Dead Space 3 has a very unfortunate existence.
And then, what was that video? What was that freaking part from the Mandalore Gaming review video? What? Rosetta's a what? It's like,
Rosetta's a what?
yes.
It's an alien. What else could it be? That's a human, clearly.
What? How did you think? What did you think it was? Look at it. That doesn't look human.
Yeah, they just tuned down the fucking the gore in Dead Space 3. It's just unfortunate. Nobody asked them to do it, they just did it. Now, if they thought that maybe would sell more copies, I mean, maybe. Was it a gamble that was worth it? I think most people would tell you no, but I mean, that's probably why they did it. Because remember, like, their goal was to make Dead Space sell more copies. Because they thought that Dead Space could sell like 10 million copies. Now, they're delusional sick fucks, but, you know, that's what they thought. Like, what do you want me to fucking say? They thought it would happen.
It's the part where you fight the humans, too. I feel like that should have been done differently. I also think the whole universal ammo shit was stupid.
Well, you say that, Devin, but remember, most people cry when animals die, and then when babies die, they cheer. So I don't know, man. Like, I would agree normally, but not anymore. Even when I was in school, man, like when I was in high school or when I was in middle school, like if an animal would get eaten on like a nature documentary, dude, it was like a fucking people would legit start tearing up. I always thought that shit was super weird. Oh my fucking lord, I'm gonna have the craziest fight with this stupid guy because he refuses to die.
Please,
I don't think this is a
can I have
particularly
some
great
more?
weapon.
Yeah, no, the universal ammo shit change was weird for that game. I'm like,
Dude,
it's a
what the
survival
fuck?
horror game. Why are the weapons using universal ammo in the first place?
Well, universal ammo could work. It's just the way they used it was not great. It could work in theory. There's nothing inherently wrong or evil about it.
And then what was it? The weird scanner bot that looks for materials.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that they put that in the game to sell fucking like microtransactions. Like that is a game that got fucked by microtransactions 100%. All this stuff wouldn't have been in the game otherwise. What the fuck? Where'd you come from? I love late game Bethesda enemies that take 1,000 bullets. Yeah, it's great. What are you supposed to do to kill that guy faster? Remember, all the ammo I have is because I did the fucking exploit. If I didn't do the exploit, do you think I would have been able to... Oh shit. Do you think I would have been able to... Come on, fucking fix it. Jesus, man. You think I would have been able to kill him as easy? Of course not. Granted, I know, like, canonically the mall is like a super mutant hangout, but holy shit, man. Like, I have to go back and repair this weapon again, because this weapon breaks every 5 minutes. Like, what can I do? Jack the Ripper in a crit build, you melt anything? Well, isn't that a melee weapon? There's no way I could do that with my current stats. Remember, I only have about another 10 levels of skill points, and then I'm out of skill points. It might be possible to get like a good build for skill points. Oh, I thought he was like stuck in the wall. He kind of is. Look at him. Yeah, he's kind of like stuck in the wall. Ow, nice. Pathing. Critical. Yeah, without knowing about it, you're fucked. Like what are you supposed to do? My leg. Yes, haha. Like, imagine if I still only had like 10 stim packs tops. Like, what the fuck would you even do? With this shitty ass plasma rifle that holds no fucking ammo in it. And it's about to break. Like, break. Like, do I think repair should have been removed from Fallout 4? No, I like it, actually. I think it's a great system. Uh-oh, crit. Very nice. But I will also say, like, the fact that I can't repair this weapon even with like scrap metal is kind of fucking unfortunate. And remember, it's like 1,000 caps just to repair this gun. So you're just gonna have to use shitty weapons like half the game, like basically combat shotguns. It's actually good that the Talon Mercs even spawn because I could just take their weapons basically. And boy, do they not stop fucking coming. Oh yeah, you have jury rigging, like almost as a direct answer to that. Yeah. No, you'll have tons of ammo. It's just that like I haven't found another plasma rifle. They're not a common drop, so I can't repair it. Like, you know, the condition on this is like 1, right? Like, look at that bar. The condition on this is basically 0. Not to make a Counter-Strike joke. Too late. Ah, ga. Uh-oh. Oh! Liquefied. Ooh, sticky. Hup. Let's just get the teleport and then I'll leave. Okay, good. Washington Monument. Let's go back to Megaton. Yeah, like, I feel like you should be able to strip a gun down for gun parts, and then each gun requires a reasonable amount of gun parts in order to, you know, repair. I feel like that would be a completely fair system. Instead, we get this current system, which is not terrible, it's just kind of annoying. It's like, well, I'll never be able to get, like, a reasonably repaired shotgun and a reasonably repaired plasma rifle purely because they just aren't spawning them in the game. I found this one probably by pure luck. It might have even been like on a hard spawn that you can't even control anyway. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. Well, I think next week we could all... Oh, sorry. I think next week we can all agree we will do some actual story. Either we could do story or we could do quests. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's only on Enclave? That sucks. What do you guys think? Next week we do side quests? Find your most favorite side quests and I'll do them next week. You just tell me where to go and I'll do them. I think that's like a fair thing to do. Non-DLC. Let's have like one stream to mop up all the non-DLC side quests and then let's beat the main story. I guess we could do the pit first before we beat the main story. Yeah, I already have Agatha's song. We already have Big Trouble in Big Town. So all I'm suggesting is like anything else, look it up, gather it up for next week. You know, maybe make like a little notepad or something if you want. Or you could just do it when we're on stream. It's not a big deal. I don't want anyone to do homework for a Fallout stream of all things. And then, you know. Because I feel like at this point we've kind of wandered around the whole map. We've kind of seen everything, which is fine by me. I'm ready to maybe make some story progress next time. For my own enjoyment, I'm ready. I think I've gotten my fill. You know, we've dicked around. You know, done whatever. It's time. Because now I have to do this again.
Hey, don't mind.
Like everything else, I don't even really need. Alright. Let's extract the wealth. What? It immediately glitched out, as you could see. That was really weird. How much did it cost to repair the plasma rifle, man? Shit is ridiculous, dude. It's tough being a player out here, man. Did you do the Arifu quest? No. So that would be one I would do. Next week I'm going to try to start as early as I possibly can so we could get like hopefully 4 to 5 hours in. So that way we can make all the progress that we need to. And that way no one can say that I didn't do their favorite quest or, oh my god. Thank you. Somehow that worked out, actually. I got all the caps off of her. Alright. I mean, the only reason I'm stopping is because it's 10. We probably chill for a bit. And then Max and I will go record. So that's the only reason I'm stopping at the moment. Is just because I know that we're going to go record. So, unfortunately, with a heavy heart... Did I turn off Black Flag last time? Yes, I did. With a heavy heart, that will be this week's Fallout stream. I want to thank everybody who showed up. Thanks, Viv. Thanks, Haruna. Thanks, was Narg here? I don't think so, actually. Thanks, Radroach King. Thanks, Devin. Thanks, anyone else who stopped by. Tomorrow, we will play Black Flag again. We will try to make actual major story progress in Black Flag for the first time. Excellent. Great. We will try to make actual major story progress in Black Flag. And, yeah. I think that would be very fun. All right. Any last words, requests from the crew? And by crew, I mean you, Gundam Otaku.
No. What?
Dude, you know they actually want to hear from you, right? Like, I'm not shit posting. You know, at the end of the last stream, they were like, we care about Max. We care about Max's mental health. Like, when was the last time any of these fuckers cared about my mental health? They want me to get brain juiced.
You shouldn't do that.
They like you. I'm just the tool to get to you. I'm just being used, Max. I'm being used and discarded. Anyway. Yeah, so then we'll figure out what to do on the other DLCs later. Like, comment, add me on Discord, shut it, spray, let Max speak. I want him to. He refuses. The fuck? I literally want him to speak. I try to get this dude to speak. This dude just goes quiet. See, this is how you know you have to be a chatterbox to be a YouTuber or anything. You gotta yap. I'm a yapper. I'll yap about the things you don't want to hear. You could suck my balls. Anyway, yeah, very nice. All right, thanks everyone. Stop muting Max. Oh yeah, the merch store. I mean, I did actually start to look into merch, but I don't know if I'm ready to unveil it. Maybe we'll do that next year. I wish I could just get a keychain, man. That would be really fucking cool if I could just get like a $5 keychain that's just SNP1K in, like, you know, the rubber. I would love that. That would be so fucking cool. But you have to pre-buy them, and I don't want to do that. I would love to have them, you know, made to... No, there's no cock rings. Why the fuck... Bro, goodbye. Stream over. You ruined the whole fucking vibe of the stream saying that. You gonna... Nah, I'm out of here. Goodbye. I'm not even into...